Hi everybody, how you doing? We are live here from Palm Desert, California. Welcome one and all to Stock Markets with Bruce, your buddy here. Uncle Bruce is what they call me. They gave me the name. How you doing? Nice to have you here. It's the stock market in plain English. It's as simple as I can tell you what it is we do here. Although we do have a lot of references to movie quotes, and we have a lot of fun with new expressions. And of course, we always try to trick the host with expressions he has no idea what they're talking about. It is what it is. There is no lamp behind me. People say there's a lamp behind you and it's crooked, and I don't know what they're talking about. There's a ring lamp, and you can see it on my glasses here, right there. You see that? Those ring lamp. There's a ring lamp. I don't know what lamp they're talking about. All that's behind me is some kind of a green screen that makes it pretend that I'm in a bedroom somewhere in a condo. And I don't know what the lamp thing's all about. I just think people are into stimulants. And, what are you going to do? They're stuck at home. So what do you want? We just got the word on inflation. As predicted, the analysts were saying that the inflation rate is now at 7%, and that when the official number comes out, it'll confirm that inflation is 7%. And what do you know? They just released the inflation report. It's 7%. The Dow was up 74 points on the pre-market at the moment that the announcement came out. And here we are about a minute or two in, and the Dow is now up 102 points in the pre-market. So it's up almost 30 points. S&P is higher and NASDAQ is higher as well. So the big indexes have gone higher because the number wasn't worse. Basically, that's it. Everyone was expecting 7%. They got it. And now they're going, okay, well, if that's the case, maybe not to worry. I am hearing also that average hourly earnings grew at 2.4% or something around that line. And so the thinking is that some of the analysts are saying what's going on here is the hourly earnings are not keeping up with the inflation number, which means inflation will not be able to just keep right on going because consumers can't afford the price increases across the board if everything went up 7% at the same time. That means consumers will cut back on spending, and that means inflation will immediately be cut back because suppliers can't get it, and there'll have to be adjustments made. We're hearing talk now about how here and there, and you might notice it in your grocery store. I remember about 3-4 years ago, it all started with bacon. I remember I used to be able to buy bacon. In Canada, I used to buy a pound of bacon. And then they came out with the grams and all that stuff. So they were offering us 500 grams of bacon. And that's half a kilo. And a kilo is 2.2 pounds. So 500 grams is 1.1 pounds. And it used to run you like $5 for 500 kilograms or 500 whatever it is, 500 whatever of bacon. Now in Canada, you more or less are buying 375 grams of bacon in a package. It looks like a pound of bacon, but it isn't. It's a package. It's a package that looks kind of the same as a 1 pound package used to look like, but it's only 375 grams, and it's $5 for the 375. So you get less for more money. You're paying more money, but you don't get as much. And this game continues. And this has been going on in the food business and many other businesses. We all know about this. Those of us who are older, those of us in our 40s and our 50s, 60s, 70s, we all know this game. You pay more to get less of the product. I think the latest one I heard this morning was something about chicken wings. Somebody was saying that at one place you used to get what was it, 12 chicken wings for whatever amount. Now you're getting 10, or you used to get 10, now you get 8. And so you get less for more. Now, maybe it's a good thing you get less for more if you're overweight like me. I'm a big guy. Maybe I'd be better off not having 10 chicken wings in a sitting. I'd be better off having 8. And that's a 20% reduction in calorie intake. Wouldn't hurt this guy too much. But then again, most of you just listen to me. You don't see me. Because you guys know that I have a face for radio, and so it's no big deal to you. I don't know. Thank you for joining me this morning. Those of you who are giving me a thumbs ups already on the show, I can't thank you enough. You're identifying yourselves. Yeah, I'm here. I'm thumbs up number 86, like Fergan is doing. Thank you, my man. Bagel Babe, as always, thank you for being here. The thumbs up number 80 is here. Farragon thumbs up number 86 is here. Beautiful stuff. Those of you who are joining us from around the world, welcome one, welcome all. Let me know what kind of temperature you're getting today. How hot is it going to be, or how cold is it going to be where you are? We here in the desert are going to approach 80 degrees, perhaps as early as tomorrow. We might actually hit 80 degrees. That'll be the first time since November that we've seen it. And that's above normal. That's not normal. That's above normal. But you know what? We're taking it. You think I'm giving this back? Not going to happen. 81 on Friday is the expected high. 81. Today, 76. Tomorrow, 75. And then all next week, 75. And ending next week, Thursday, Friday, 79 again. And that might be revised upward. So there's the global warming. Could be. Do we like it down here? We don't mind it. We're used to 115 here. So 80 in January. Great. We'll take it. Let me know how you're doing in your part of the world, and I hope you're staying healthy and well and everything else. More news and updates. We found out this morning that it was an upgrade. There's an initiation of coverage, I guess is the way I'm going to say it. Rklb has been covered now by an analyst at Morgan Stanley. The analyst at Morgan Stanley has initiated coverage and put an outperform rating on the shares of Rklb. An outperform rating. That's good. That's really good. Calling it 17. Their target price, initial target price, $17. That represents a 57% gain in the stock from when this was released as of last night's close. So we're up already 65 cents at 11.51. We've been as high as 11.60 already this morning on Rklb. It is moving up nicely. It's over 6% higher already. This is just the pre-market. We still have 50 minutes to go. So obviously Morgan Stanley's initiation of an overweight rating on Rklb is resonating with folks who follow this stock, and a lot of new people for the first time who've never heard of Rklb or may have heard the name but don't know much about it. They're now being told about Rklb by Morgan Stanley, and the stock now is up 75 cents a share. It would be lovely to see a $2-3 gain today, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be lovely? Other news from outer space, Virgin Orbit is scheduled today to launch the rocket from their bottom of their 747, I guess they're using. They're supposed to send a bunch of satellites into low Earth orbit today, including a bunch of satellites for Spire, which went up nicely yesterday. Our Spire had a lovely time yesterday, gaining some 30-odd cents a share. Let me take a look where we're at right now. Just as I want it, I can't get it. Here we go. All right, Aspire closed yesterday up $2.96, up 31 cents. It's up 4 cents in the pre-market to $3 at the moment. And I don't have volume, but Spire's satellites get launched today, we hope. And no glitches, we hope, and all will be well. I'm noticing Tesla's up $14.31 a share right now. Cisco's up 18 cents. Goldman Sachs up $1.08. Apple up 147, Cyxtera's up 13 cents, SmartRent up a penny after gaining 88 yesterday. I think SmartRent can go much higher here. 23andMe is up 2 cents, Matterport up 55 today. It was up 51 yesterday. So we're now at $16.94 on the pre-market on your Matterport. We are zooming in to $20 again, within $3 of $20 a share on Matterport. GameStop up 64 cents to 130.94, and SoFi up 46 cents right now. 14.40 went up 56 cents yesterday. So we're talking a $1 move from yesterday morning to now. 14.41 on SoFi, and it looks to be climbing. We're going to see what happens. There's another article that's come out here about the future. We love the future. The article has to do with JP Morgan Goldman profit updates may shape bank stock rally. This is an article that just got published. Analysts have been more bullish on earnings prospects for Goldman and JP Morgan ahead of their fourth quarter results. I have been mentioning to those of you out there who are writing poor man covered calls on Goldman Sachs, buy your calls. get them into the summer, fall this year, deep in the money. Make sure 90% of what you're paying for those calls is book value, only 10% or less is premium, time premium, and get ready to write calls. I have been mentioning today already, even on the pre-show for you Gold Bagel members who are these guys, you guys, if you're a Gold Bagel member, you already know this. I've been warning you to be careful about writing options on Goldman Sachs. You may want to hold off until after the weekend, only because the banks are going to start reporting their financials starting this Friday. Now, Goldman, I believe, announces next week. But if JP Morgan and others come out with numbers that these analysts are kind of expecting, we may have a nice little pop here. Goldman reports earnings January the 18th. That's in 6 days. We see here that JP Morgan, Citigroup, Wells Fargo will release their numbers Friday. Bank of America, Goldman on the 18th, Morgan Stanley on the 19th. So this week, next week, the banks will all come out with their dollars, with their earnings numbers. Goldman Sachs shares are up nearly 47%. They say in the last 12 months. JP Morgan has gained 31%. Wells Fargo is up 75% in the same time period. And they are expecting the stocks could have an even bigger run, again, based on the potential of the kind of earnings they're going to make. Keep in mind that with a higher interest rate environment, that is good for bank stocks. And so what I'm wondering about Goldman Sachs here specifically, because I talk about that one stock to write poor man covered calls against, it would not surprise me if through the week and into next week, these shares reach 410, 420 a share. They're at around the 400 mark now, 403 now. If they want to run into the 420 level, you're going to be writing 425 and 430 call options rather than 400s and 405s. We're at 403.29 right now, up only 24 cents. There is no movement yet in the pre-market. And this is the kind of stock that when it gets, it becomes in favor, let's say, it kind of gets targeted by analysts, the stock can jump $20 a day for 3 days in a row and go up $60. So we'll keep an eye. Now, obviously, if the shares want to do something that great, which would be fine, they want to go to 460 a share from 400, go. And you write 420s already, then they go to 460. We'll do rollovers. Don't worry about that. We'll stay ahead of the market one way or the other. All right. That is something we're watching for very closely. Also, other news, analysts are talking about, yes, we understand that interest rate rises are coming. Some analysts are saying 3 times this year rates will rise 3 times, maybe a quarter point each time. Others are saying it might be 4. The consensus is that the interest rates are going to go up about 1 percentage point over the next 12 months or so, give or take, and then another percentage point, we think, the next year under reasonable circumstances. But again, we don't know. So despite all that talk and inflation at 7%, blah, 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 analysts are going, look, here's the thing. Inflation is 7%, which means businesses are passing on the price increases. When you pass on a price increase of upwards of 7% or whatever you're doing, you are also passing on a profit increase at the same time, because companies have a set margin built into their business. And so if you increase your pricing by 1%, you're also you're increasing the gross price of your services to this level, which includes your profit margin. And so profits keep growing with inflation. And there are analysts out there going, look, for 2022, the likelihood is for the U.S. economy, it's going to grow by 4.5%. The GDP of the United States is going to grow by 4.5%. There are trillions, and I mean trillions of dollars in cash in corporate hands, private people's hands, investors' hands, institutional hands. There's money everywhere. Banks have got trillions that they can't lend. They want to lend it, and they're going to be lending it more because the government is going to be pushing less money out into the market. They're going to allow basically banks to push money out into the economy as loans with higher rates, with better yields. 4.5% expected growth in the U.S. economy for 2022. 11% estimate of earnings growth for S&P 500 corporations. So because you're raising your prices and there's a pent up demand for services and there's a lot of cash for these services, whether you're traveling, buying a car, getting an appliance, whatever you want to do with your money. 11% estimate growth is coming for S&P 500 listed companies. That translates into a much higher S&P 500 index. It means record highs for the stock market. If the S&P 500 is going to hit all-time record highs way above where we are now, maybe 500 points higher, 10% higher, that sucks the Dow up because 30 Dow stocks, they're all in the S&P 500. And the Nasdaq 100 will go up because a bunch of the Nasdaq 100 are in the S&P 500. And so here we go, all three will go higher. Now, is the big winner going to be tech, like FANG stocks? Is the big winner going to be bank stocks, like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan and so on? Is the big winner going to be consumer discretionary stocks, or the Costcos of the world, the Walmarts of the world? Is it going to be cars? Is it going to be housing stocks? This is the guessing game that everybody has. But at the end of the day, just the inflation rate rise and the amount of cash available to go into the economy is going to pop the S&P 500 earnings by 11%, justifying these high stock multiples, these PE multiples. I keep coming back to this time and time again. A stock with a high PE multiple is trading at that level because investors believe that the future prospects of that company are very, very strong and very, very good. Like, for example, Amazon has been trading at hundreds of PE multiples for decades. Amazon used to trade at 300 times earnings, 500 times earnings, 150 times earnings, 200 times earnings for years and years and years. And analysts in the 90s and the 2000s and all the way to 2010 and 2014 were arguing with each other that this is unsustainable. There's no way Amazon stock can stay up here trading at 300 times earnings. It just doesn't, it defies logic. And then the other argument would be, I know that. But every dollar they make, they just put back into the business. Amazon keeps expanding itself. They don't take any of the money and pay dividends to their shareholders. They put the money back into the business and grow another warehouse, build another warehouse, another distribution center. They're going into cloud computing. They're going into this. They're going into that. They're going into that. They're going into that. And it's just growing out the business faster than other companies who hand out dividends and do stock buyback and all that kind of stuff. And sure enough, it's exactly what happened at Amazon. Amazon just kept reinvesting in its own business, still doing it to a serious degree today. And Amazon shares now are trading on the open market at 3,000 whatever a share, whatever that number is, crazy number. They won't do a stock split, which just defies logic too. Sometimes it's weird. Anyway, $3,300 a share for Amazon, and it's at 64 times earnings. That's kind of high. Well, in this environment, yes, that's very high, but that's down from what it used to be. Surprise, surprise. Apple, the world's most valuable corporation, trades at 31.2 times earnings. But if the average corporation on the S&P 500 is going to go up 11% in profit, and you can bet that Amazon is not going to be in the average, neither will Apple or Microsoft or Google or Facebook. They will all be above average. In other words, Apple is going to make more than 11% in profit next year versus this year. That means that Apple's 31-time earning multiple is too high. It means that, not too high. What it means is the future PE multiple of Apple, say a year from now, if you guesstimate Apple's earnings will go up by 20 or 25%, which has been beating anyway. It's been like upwards of 40%. The PE multiple right now for Apple's earnings next year could well be in the low 20s right now. And this is what is causing institutional investors and retail investors to buy up more Apple stock than to dump Apple stock. And this is why it had been hitting new highs up until a week or two ago. We hit the high so far of 182.94. Now, a lot of that 182.94 price was all the hype around a $3 trillion market cap for Apple. We will break through that soon and go well beyond it. And it won't be an issue anymore. We won't be talking about the $3 trillion market cap. Once they hit 3.2 trillion, it's yesterday's news, because that's what happened when we did 2 trillion. That's what happened when the company did a trillion. It all became yesterday's news. It's right now $2.86 trillion in value, and no one talks about it except me. No one else is talking about the $2.8 trillion value of the company, because it's not a nice, not a nice round number. But when it's 3 and 3.5 and 4, they'll bring it up. You'll see newspaper headlines, and you'll see, CNN will talk about it for 2 minutes with the talking heads on the news desk who don't know anything about the markets. You'll hear the same thing at MSNBC. You'll hear the same thing on Fox, who know nothing about the market. You'll hear the same on Bloomberg, everywhere. On the financial story, yeah, the financial networks, they'll get into it. But everyone else will just get, well, look at the headline, it's $3 trillion. Oh, wow. Nothing brilliant. All right. At the end of the day, the S&P 500 index is going to go higher because earnings are going to be higher. And the earnings coming out starting this Friday, that is, what is today? Today's Wednesday, day after tomorrow, we start getting fourth quarter and annual report numbers from a whole bunch of companies. And that means revisions of PE multiples will be released for every single company that makes their latest quarterly report. And next week and the week after that, we will be drowning in all of these companies, the 500 index, of course, and the Russell 3000. We're going to get thousands of annual reports or quarterly report updates, thousands of them. And there'll be winners and losers, and others who slightly beat the number, slightly lost. And some stocks will go up 15%, some will go down 15% because they just missed by this. We're going to go through this game like we go through every quarter again. And this happens every 13 weeks. Okay, it's report card time. Time to show me how you're doing with your grades. And that's what this is all about. You have to show us how you did the last 13 weeks of the year. Did you deliver the results that you or we as analysts thought you should deliver? You remember when you were a kid and you used to bring home your report card, and you'd show your mom and dad the report card, and it would show like you'd have like a B plus on a subject, and you'd be feeling pretty good about it. And your mom and dad would say, well, yeah, really, you should be getting A's. And you just ask yourself, what's good enough? When is it going to be good enough? I don't ever get praised for what I deliver. I always get criticized for what I don't deliver. And I deliver good grades, but they're not good enough. Or they're all right, but they could be better. And then you see these comments from the teachers. Didn't you used to hate that? I used to hate that on the report cards. You'd say stuff like, well, if Bruce paid as much attention to his subjects and studies as he does to talking to his friends, he'd be a much better student. Oh, I loved lines like that. And the teacher always wondered, why didn't I participate so much in that guy's class? I mean, I shut off. This guy already hates me, or girl. They already hate me. They already know I'm a slacker. I'm not going to turn it around. You're not motivating me by doing this. And having to have my father give me the autograph. He had to autograph the report card that he saw this. Yeah, that really helped. That really helped. The teachers thought that this would motivate me. It worked the opposite. It just pissed me off. And how many millions of kids out there ran into that same thing? Talking about report cards. You remember those days when you used to hand filled out report cards from the teachers? Then they went out in the 70s with the computerized versions, those early computerized versions. And I remember my first report card that I got from a computer. It was just a printout of paper that they would rip every foot. They'd rip this thing off, and I had to hand in this sheet of computer paper. Talk about cheaping out and going with a real crappy. And the teachers' comments were now standardized. They had like 10 comments they could choose from. 1, 2, 3, 4, and every one of them had kind of the same kind of comment to it. I'm sure the teachers loved it in the 70s. Oh my God. I have no idea what it's like today. I don't care. I'm not a student anymore, but oh man, those report card days. Oh geez. Anyway, 13 weeks on Wall Street. Every 13 weeks, it's report card time. You've got to show your hand and tell us how you're doing. Speaking of showing your hand, I think this is excellent news. I'm really impressed with this. The company Smart Rent, they came out with an announcement last night, and I can tell you, These guys at SmartRent, I would recommend every other small public company study what these guys did yesterday. Check out what SmartRent did yesterday. A brilliant move. The stock right now is $8.15 a share. It's up 2 cents a share. They came out yesterday with a preview of their year-end financials. They decided that they were going to basically front run the annual their annual report, their fourth quarter report, rather than go with a wait till March when they release their numbers like everyone else had. These guys decided they would come out first, right up front, and do a release on how they were doing the last quarter. I'm really I give kudos to these guys. A serious tip of the cap to how they did it. They came out with their how many clients they have. That the SmartRent, of course, installs smart systems inside apartment buildings and houses and condos. You can control your automatic blinds. They control the heating and the air conditioning systems automatically. They detect for water leaks automatically with pressure gaugers and all this sort of stuff. The alarm system is automatically set. The camera system is automatically connected. You can set the landlord can set the say it's a it's an Airbnb scenario. You can set the door to open for someone's smartphone. You can help them key their smartphone into getting access. You don't need a key to get into the house. Parking garage access, a health club access, swimming pool access. I mean, there's a whole bunch of new projects being built out there where you need access approval to get into certain parts of the facility. And SmartRent is a centralized, computerized, wireless system that is installed in all of these units that gives everyone access to all these features. And it in effect helps a condo building or an apartment building or a group of townhouses. They're far more efficient when it comes to greenhouse gas emissions because they use as little as at the least amount of power as necessary to keep a house cool or warm, depending if anyone's home or not. And they also control the blinds to let the sunshine in when it's cold out, keep the sunshine out when it's hot out. Smart technology, SmartRent. These guys come out last night and say, here are preliminary indications. We added 60% more customers this past year. We have 165,000 units now that we're managed that we now have contracts for, 101,000 of which have the SmartRent system in them. 60 odd thousand we are still installing the SmartRent system into. That's how fast we are signing up our clientele. We're growing leaps and bounds. Numbers were up. The guidance was upgraded. They upgraded their numbers by $3 or $4 million in gross sales. Smart move by really brilliant move by the SmartRent people. 8.15 is the price of the stock right now, up 2 cents this morning in the pre-market. Had a wonderful day yesterday, up 88 cents yesterday to 8.13. And this stock here is a $50 company. Give it a couple of years, but this is a $50 company because these guys will have millions of units that they will manage around the world. They're not just USA. They're not a USA only company. They're global, and they are expanding. And they have got $400 million in cash. If I got my bearings right from that SPAC takeover of theirs, they are cash rich and they are growing quickly globally. And every new condo, townhome, apartment complex being developed, these guys are in the running to set up the management system. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So I think there's some real potential there. Anyway, there you go. That's SmartRent. Was pretty happy to see how that came together. All right.
I need your help.
Jen, what's happening? You need a hand? Oh, okay, folks, you gotta stand by. I need a timeout. Got an emergency here. I'll be right back. Hang on.
This is the third thing.
It's the third thing.
Okay.
All right. It's all good. Yay! We're fine. We're fine. That is so funny. Jen, her iPhone, it slipped out of her hand in our bedroom, and somehow fell in behind the headboard of the bed, and somehow landed, instead of on the floor, it landed in between the mattress and the box spring, and the mattress weighs a ton. She can't lift it. She can't lift it high enough to get one arm in there to get her phone, and her alarm was going off. So the alarm wouldn't stop going until the battery runs out on an iPhone at hours. So she said, I need your help. So I had to go get it. What are you gonna do? I can't send any. I can't send any assistants for the show to go and do it because it's just us. What can I say? What happened? All I see is a lamp. What happened to Jen? And then, so there's just the lamp. Oh my gosh. Anyway, such fun, such fun. Thank you all for waiting it out. Thank God Bruce has his pants on. Booty call? You can also just call the phone and the alarm will stop. Yes, but then she doesn't have her phone for the next 2.5 hours. That ain't gonna happen. I'll laugh. That's what that beeping was. Now I know what's going on. Nick, thank you, Nick, for being thumbs up number 195. Good morning to you as well, my friend. Nice to have you here from Blythe, California. Nice to see you. Everybody, welcome to this morning's show. We have a lot to watch, of course. The Dow is up 125 on the pre-market. This is after the release of the inflation numbers. So we got the official release at 7% as expected. The Dow was up 70 odd when the number came out. It's now up 125. Market is okay because I'll put it to you this way. The entire inflation thing has been baked into the market. The first 6 days of this year, we had down days. The market's already adjusted for the inflation shock number. It's not a shock anymore. We're expecting the 7% number. We got it. We move on. And so the Dow is up 126. S&P is up 21, and NASDAQ is up 127 points, making the NASDAQ the best performer again today, up 0.81%. It was the worst performer in the first 6 days of the year. Now it's turned around and leading the market higher. The S&P is up 0.43 and the Dow's only up 0.34. So S&P is more, NASDAQ is more than double, rising at a double the pace of the Dow. All three are higher, but the NASDAQ is the mover. Very good stuff. Again, thank you all for everything. We have 223 thumbs ups. Thank you for this. Appreciate you being here this morning and hanging out with us as we are watching a good opening here. I'm looking at Rklb up 64 cents to 11.50 right now. I've got SoFi looking like it's up 44 to 14.38. GameStop is up 72 cents in the pre-market to 131 right now. Matterport up 53 cents to 16.92. Looks like we're going for 17 now. We added 51 yesterday on Matterport. We're adding 53 now on Matterport. That's $1.04 in 24 hours. ME, 23andMe, was up 3 cents yesterday. It's up 2 cents this morning at 6.11. Spire Global is showing now a 4-cent gain at $3. ATIP closed up yesterday 3 cents. Haven't got any trading in the pre-market yet. Smart Rent showing just a 1 penny gain at 8.15, which is not reflective of how well they're doing, but I would not be surprised if analysts will pick up on the Smart Rent story, and that will get some real positive press not too long from now. Sextera up 13 cents to 11.39. There's talk there of more collaboration with large players. I await a Sextera business announcement of some kind of significance. I just sense something is coming. Apple up 144 to 176.52. Goldman up 75 cents to 403.80. Cisco is up 14 cents to 62.51. And then Tesla holding a 14.87 gain to 1,079 right now. as we speak. Alrighty, that is the dealio right there-io, and we are now at, what do we wait now, 28 minutes, 22 minutes away from the opening. 22 minutes to go before we start to trade for the day. What was I going to say to you guys? This morning I heard talk about how inflation now at 7% today. The last time we had inflation like this was in the early 80s as it was waning out. Even in the early 80s, when we had 7% inflation, we looked at that and went, this is a nothing burger. 7% inflation? This is a nothing burger, because we had 5 years earlier in 76, 77, we had 15 to 20% inflation in Canada, the USA, the UK, all of Europe. The Western democracies were just getting crushed with unbelievable inflation numbers. I remember my mother and father back in the mid 70s and late 70s. My mother had a retail store in Kitchener, Waterloo, Ontario, which is a very German area, a lot of ethnicity there, Poles and Germans and everything else. They have a big festival every year called Oktoberfest. Canada's version of Oktoberfest, that is held in Munich, Germany, is in Kitchener, Waterloo, Ontario every October. And it's a big deal. And it exploded in 1969-70. That's when it really took off. And the city ran with this theme, and they adopted it as their number one promotion. And by 74, 75, 76, it was a 12-day festival, and beer tents everywhere. Every German club exploded with membership, and it was nuts. I used to play oompa music when I was in college, making some money doing that. My mother had a store that was producing dirndls. These are the dresses with the blouses and the aprons that the gals would wear for Oktoberfest. She also imported the material, and she also imported the men's, what we call the lederhosen, and all the accessories that you needed. So the hats and the feathers and the certain kind of jewelry and the whole enchilada. And what my mother and father were really good at was that they would go to Austria, and they would go to Germany, and they would go to Switzerland, and they would buy material, high quality embroidered material, unbearably expensive if you tried to buy this at a retail setting, incredibly expensive. They would buy from the factories that produce this stuff. They would talk to the owners. Many were mom and pop type factories in those days who produced this product, highly specialized craft. And they would tell them, look, we have one retail store in Kitchener, Ontario. And they go, we've been hearing about you guys. Kitchener, Ontario, in Canada, here in Austria and Switzerland, Germany, we've been hearing about this Oktoberfest thing you've got going there. It's a big deal. And my parents going, it's such a big deal. We have a full-time business making these dirndls all during the year for a 2-week festival. And it's like Christmas for us. But we've only got one location, and we make our own merchandise in the basement of our store. What we're looking for is odds and ends. What material have you got where they'll produce 1,000 meters of a high quality embroidered product, and then you're down to less than 100 meters. You're down to 60 meters, 80 meters, 110 meters, 90 meters, 15 meters, odds and ends. And the owners would go, oh yes, you are my answer. You are the answer I have been waiting for. Why don't you come with us? And so the owners of these factories would take my parents on a tour of the factory, and then they would head to the storage room where all the material is kept in climate controlled condition. And they would say, we'll show you the odds and ends. And what they ended up doing was with 4 or 5 of these factories, they had a standing contract with these guys that whenever they got down to about 60, 80 meters of material, which would be the last of it, not enough for the factory to sell to a bulk buyer, they would set it aside. We'd set it aside for that husband and wife from Kitchener, Waterloo, Ontario, set it aside for those two. And every year, my parents would travel overseas to visit these factories, and they would pick up all the leftovers. And what ended up happening was the factory owners would package it up. So instead of sending them 50 rolls that each roll had just a little bit of material on it. They would make one roll with a whole bunch of material on it, and it would be much more efficient. It would be in a smaller package. And they would discount it to them at an unbelievable price because they said, if you're taking this stuff off our hands, you can have this at 80% off what we charge. I mean, we'll almost give it to you because we don't want to throw it out, but we just can't sell it. We sell 500 meters at a time, 100 meters at a time, and this is 40 meters, 30 meters, 16 meters, 200 meters, whatever it was. So my parents now were importing all of this material. So my mother could make 5 dirndls in this style, 15 in that style, 12 in this style, 14 in that style. So my mother's store, when you came in Oktoberfest time, would have rainbow of styles of dirndls that you would see nowhere else because no major manufacturer would make 20 dirndls. They'd make 200. And here they were made in the basement of the store. This way. But the point I was getting at was my parents would travel every year to Europe. And they started this in 73, 72, 74, 75, up until about 79. So for like 6-7 years, every year they'd go there. And my father would tell me that the old days are gone because he was a member of the armed forces for Canada. And he was stationed in Germany in 1959 to 62 with a NATO force to keep the peace because there was East Germany and West Germany and the Berlin Wall going through all the countryside. And he was 20 kilometers on the west side for the Americans, the Brits, the Canadians, the French, and the Germans. And on the other side of the wall were the East Germans and the Russians and so on. And so thankfully, World War III didn't break out when he was over there for those 3 years. But in those days, you got paid in Canadian dollars when you got paid by the Canadian Army. And at that time, a German mark, a West German mark, you could get 4.5 West German marks for a single Canadian dollar at that time. And what that meant, because I asked him years later, I said, give me some perspective here. What are you talking about? He says, oh, can you imagine paying 10 cents a gallon for a gallon of gas? I'm going, really? He said, that's what it would cost us to buy gasoline, 10 cents a gallon, because we had Canadian dollars. To buy a bottle of booze, like a 26er of vodka or rye or whatever, for a German, think about it as a $15 bottle of booze. For a Canadian soldier, in Canadian dollars, $1. A pack of cigarettes, 50 cents a pack instead of $5 a pack. I mean, we're talking day and night values here, unbelievable amounts of money. So now in the 70s, when he would travel, he would say, yeah, it's 1 for 1. Canadian dollar is a mark. It was still West Germany, East Germany in the 70s. But he said, hotel rooms, we used to pay, he would say stuff like, we used to pay $30 a night for a really nice hotel room in Stuttgart or somewhere, or in Austria. They would be in Vienna. They'd be in a really nice hotel room for $50 back in the early 70s. He says, now you're paying $200 for a hotel room. And he says, not marks, dollars. It's just soared. It became so expensive. It made Europe unaffordable for all kinds of foreign visitors from North America. Inflation. This is what we had. Of course, we also had the economies of Europe doing much better than the economies of North America. And so their currencies were rising and our currencies were dropping. And it got to the point where a Volkswagen became an expensive car. A Mercedes became unreachable in the 80s for a lot of North Americans. Unthinkable to buy a Benz. You had to really have the bucks. That's how inflation and how currencies can alter everything. It was absolutely fascinating. Now, here we are today with 7% inflation as expected, and the Dow is up right now 103 points going into the opening in about 13 minutes. We're up 20 on the S&P, 130 on NASDAQ. Crude is up 77 cents a barrel to 81.99, despite the fact that the President of the United States has released the strategic reserve of oil to the market. There is no shortage of oil anywhere in North America, anywhere in Europe. There's oil everywhere. Why is it $82 a barrel? Why is it 84 in Europe? Refineries schedule their maintenances every year, twice a year. They go from their summer blend to their winter blend, and then their winter blend to their summer blend. And they have to have different additives and so on. And they use that as an excuse to do maintenance shutdowns. And if any one refinery anywhere in the world has an extended shutdown due to mechanical problems, or there's a fire or whatever have you, that causes oil to spike. And the other thinking here is the Russians are all around Ukraine with troops. They could invade at any time. And the West has said, you touch any real estate inside Ukraine above what you've already been doing, you're going to pay an economic price, which means Russia will be cut off from exporting its oil to other markets. But that means the West, Europe, will have less oil to buy in the open market. They will be reliant on Middle East oil rather than Russian oil, or just Russian oil. So, of course, that is creating all kinds of worries and wonderment as to what's going to happen. And if the Chinese and the Russians keep playing their little games, that's going to keep the pressure of oil prices higher, which, funny enough, higher prices of oil is bad news for China. I don't know if you know that. That's bad news for China. China is not happy when oil prices go up. They are an importer of a ton of this stuff. Japan is a huge importer. Korea is a huge importer. All the allies of China are importers of oil. They don't want higher oil prices, but the Russians are creating crap out there that is kind of creating some consternation in the oil market. And so this is one of those things where damned if you do and damned if you don't. I don't know. Walkman, thank you for joining, chilling with Uncle Bruce, becoming a new member. And nice to have you here. Welcome to the club and the family. So we're watching oil here. Like I say, it's $82 a barrel. It's everywhere. There should be no reason why it should be that price in West Texas. West Texas Intermediate should be $45-50 a barrel right now. We are drowning in this stuff. It's everywhere. I keep saying it, and I will keep saying it, and I will keep, because it's the truth, and you need to hear it because you're not getting it from anybody else. Industry executives are saying, oh, there's a shortage of refined crude product, and there's going to be a very cold winter this year. And yeah, these guys are being paid to say that by the oil industry to hype up the market. That's what's going on. It's all a con job. I just don't buy it. I'm from Alberta, man. In Alberta, we are drowning in oil. Oh, God. There are shut-in oil wells all over Dakota, the Dakotas. There are shut-in oil wells all over the U.S. There's shut-in oil wells all over Canada. You can't get it to market. There's too much of it. There's too much oil in the system for the producers to get oil to the market. So the only way the big companies, the big oil and gas companies, can make money on this commodity is to refine it into gasoline, sell it to you at the gas station at $3.54 a gallon, and score some major money here. At the same time, what isn't talked about, and no one brags about it because this is politically unpopular, no governor in the United States brags about how much money the state is making from the taxes that automatically go higher with gasoline. It's a percentage of the price of the fuel, not a set gallon number. It used to be always gallon numbers, so much a gallon, 8 cents a gallon. Now it's a percentage of the game. Some governments still go with 8 cents a gallon tax, 12 cents a gallon. Other governments are now going with a percentage of the price of the fuel. Canada, that's definitely what's been happening. And so every time gasoline goes up in Canada, the government of Canada, the federal government, and the provincial governments like Alberta rake in billions more. And it's an invisible income tax that just comes in off of everyone using this stuff. The United States governments, Canadian governments, the European governments, we are all addicted to high oil prices. Governments actually are not all that interested in dropping the price of gasoline. Yeah, the Biden administration and the Trump, they want to have cheaper gas to get votes. But you know what? You folks out there in America, you get used to certain pricing after a while. It becomes the new normal for you. And it was unthinkable that back in the day when gasoline hit $4 or $5 a gallon, 8 years ago, that you'd ever see $2 gas again. And you did see it again. And now you've lost it again. And now you're back into the threes, into the fours. Governments are addicted to the cash flow. They need it. And they don't want to upfront tell you they're taxing you. So they're doing it behind your back. And they're just kind of, Gas is $3.79 a gallon. That's the price of gas. Yeah, but $2.50 of that is taxes, excise taxes, environmental fees, and on and on. It goes city, county, state tax. It just goes on and on and on. And certain areas of the country, it's $5 a gallon. Certain areas of the country, it's $2.50. Everyone's different, but it's going higher. It's not going lower. But there's oil everywhere. There's just oil everywhere. There you have it. We had ration cards in Germany as U.S. soldiers. My father, same thing. He had ration cards, and then he could buy this stuff for next to nothing. I'll trade weed for alcohol and tobacco. I'm on board with weed for booze. And there you go. Yeah, the old days of ration cards, unbelievable. Those days are no longer here, and all those NATO bases are gone. Because once the wall went down in 1989 between East Germany and West Germany, and the division between all the Soviet states, and the annihilation of the USSR, turning it into independent states, that lowered the military temperature everywhere, because the Russians had run out of money to support this global war machine that they were trying to compete with against the United States. The U.S. outspent them and bankrupted them, and they had to reorganize. And now they're reorganizing. But the Russians are smarter this time around. They're figuring, well, we'll just put troops near Ukraine and start negotiating for better terms and deals. We'll threaten the Baltic states with invasion. We'll threaten, if there's problems in Azerbaijan, we'll land paratroopers in there, and we'll help that guy out over there, because he's a good guy. He's a good dictator. He's loyal to the Kremlin. We'll help him out. Syria, we'll help that guy in Syria annihilate all 25 million of his people, but we'll keep that guy in power no matter what the price. And so what if there are 25 million refugees? So what? We don't care. We've got that territory. We got that dictator. We run that little region over there, and that's the end of that. Human rights, forget about it. We're looking after dictatorships here. Those are the rights we're after. This is Russia. Russia does not now threaten all of Europe. Russia threatens pieces of Europe. Poland has had their little issues here and there. And on it goes. Just never ends. And then, of course, there's the Chinese with their little games. China, of course, will play the international card whenever they have domestic problems. If there's problems in China domestically, it's the fault of foreign agitators. And all of a sudden, half the citizens of China are foreign agitators. It's incredible. It's amazing. I mean, Chinese people going, I had no idea I was a foreign agitator. I had no idea, but apparently I am. And now you're in the gulag, and good luck getting out. Anyway. What can I say? Welcome all to the show, to the day. We're 5 minutes away from opening up here in the markets. We'll take another peek here at pre-market activity, see what we're looking at right now. We're definitely having a good morning on Rocket Lab. We're up 81 cents in the pre-market on Rocket Lab. We were up 40 cents during the day yesterday. So Rocket Lab went from 10.46. It's now 11.65. On the pre-market. SoFi is up 46 cents this morning, gained 56 yesterday. So from the mid-13s, we're now 14.39 and climbing. GameStop is up 131 to 131.61 right now. Matterport up 62 cents at 17.01. We are $2.99 away from $20 a share again on Matterport. 23andMe up a dime at $6.19. Aspire Global holding a 3-cent gain right now at $2.99. ATIP, no trading I can tell you about in the pre-market. Nothing on SmartRent. I am showing a 3-cent gain. 8.17 on SmartRent, up yesterday 88 cents. Very good day. Started slow and then exploded. Cyxtera up 13 cents to 11.39, trying to erase some of that 31-cent loss from yesterday's market. Other stocks, Apple up $1.35, Goldman up 81 cents, Cisco now down 15 cents in the morning, Tesla still holding a $17 gain at this point in time. Morgan Stanley is covering is covering Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab getting covered for the first time by the analyst at Morgan Stanley, saying that they have a 57% upside potential on the stock, calling it a $17 target price, and overweight is the initial coverage for Rocket Lab by Morgan Stanley. And obviously, it's having an effect because the stock is 84 cents higher to 1170, 7.5% gain already. This could set up a most interesting day. I can't guarantee what it'll do, but would it be an exaggeration to think that this will be up more than $1 today, maybe even more than $2, depending on how much momentum this stock gets? I don't know. We do know about the outer space business. Virgin Orbit is launching satellites today. If all goes well, hopefully the weather is good for it. And we know that Spire has a number of satellites on that payload that will be in orbit later today if all works out. And so we're watching the shares of Spire closely to see this 31-cent gain yesterday on Spire. Is that the beginning of a concerted effort to improve this stock price? We traded 2.92 million shares yesterday, and I was wondering about this morning as I was enjoying my cup of coffee to get ready for the day. I was kind of wondering, gee, do you think, Bruce, maybe what happened here is that since the stock is under $3, it is getting threatened with a possible delisting off the New York Stock Exchange? It might have to go down to another exchange. It'll still trade, but it won't trade on the big market. Could it be that a bunch of the PIPE investors, the institutional investors that poured a bunch of money into this company at $10 a share when they did their takeover of their SPAC, do you think it is possible that an effort is being done between management of the company, friends of the company through the investment business, and these investors who bought in at 10, coming to them saying, look, here's what we're doing. Here's where we're at. Here's what's happening. This company is growing. We're going to be making money. We're growing our client base. Crazy. We want to shore this stock up. And this is the time, while it's down here between $2.70 and $3 a share, this is the time to scoop this all up and take this stock off the market. Average yourselves out and give yourselves a nice little deal. 3 million shares is not enough to satisfy all of the large investors in this company. It's going to take more than that. So could it be the beginning of 50 million shares of buying coming into this stock over the next couple of weeks to take out all this cheap $2 and $3 stock or more? I sure hope so. We'll let you know when we know more. Anyway, we are open now for trading. Welcome one, welcome all to the beginning of the market today. Glad to have you here. Larry has rung the bell, so it's official. We're open for trading. And I'm happy to have you here. Welcome to the show today and the early drama that you missed already. If you missed it, I'm not telling you what it is. You missed it. You blew it. You weren't here. Jen had an emergency and you missed it. Too bad. If you're not going to watch, you don't get to know what the big secret is here. Larry, you got it right, buddy. Let her rip. Let's go. Thank you, everybody, for the thumbs ups already. We have 289 thumbs ups. I appreciate that. If you can hit the thumbs up button as fast and as hard as you can, that would be really helpful for this show and this channel. Great balls of fire. Exactly. What do we got going? I have a 67-cent gain so far registered on Rklb. 1153 right at the moment. So we're just getting these first trades going through. Rklb volumes so far, 174,000 shares. SoFi showing a 39-cent gain to 1433. Opening market volume, 1.26 million on SoFi. GameStop down 26 cents. Matterport is at 1690 now. It's up to 1690, up 51 cents. Volume 313,000. I now showed it 1672 up 33. Guys, everything is settling in. ME up 9 cents to 618. Spire unchanged at the moment. ATIP up 3. Smart Rent up 15 cents to 828. First salvo, just only 7,800 shares, up 15 cents. There's nothing for sale. Sixterra up 12 from what it looks like here on like 1,400 shares. Again, nothing for sale at the offer, at the bid. Nothing. You want it, you got to go jump up 10, 15 cents to get some of this stuff. As is with Smart Rent. Most interesting how thin these stocks are down here. They're cooked out. They're oversold. Everyone who wanted out got out, and there is nothing left to sell. And that means any kind of news can pop the stock 10%, 15% in the next week or two, easily, or more. just let's go. Let's go. Rocket Lab up 62, SoFi up 47, GameStop down $1.96 to 128.34, Matterport up 54 to 16.93, ME up 7, Spire up what does it do now? 296 here. 298 having trouble. It is just jumping around like crazy at the moment, trying to find its mojo. Where it's going for 301 on ATIP, 296 on Spire, Smart Rent 845, 838, 845, back and forth. Sixtera 1138 up 12. AMC up 8 cents. Robinhood up 69, 17.10. Vanik Vectors up $4. Home Depot up 440. IBM up $1.28 to 134 now. Dow is up 181 points, up 190 on the Dow, up 28 on S&P, and up 147 on NASDAQ. So we got all three markets climbing again. The inflation issue, not an issue today. So the markets are reacting very well to the opening salvo. We're up 91 cents on oil to 82.13. Microsoft, haven't seen this in a while, up $6 to 321. In the last month, we were in the 345 range. Then we crapped out just yesterday, I think it was, Jan 10th, that was day before yesterday, 306. We're now 321. So we're $15 higher in a day, just a little over 1 day, one full trading day on Microsoft. 321 right now, up 650. Apple's 176.74, up 166. Tesla up 21.78 to 1,086. Bed Bath Beyond is up 36 cents to 13.48. BlackBerry's up 13 cents to 9.33. Royal Caribbean down 23 cents, 81.50. Goldman Sachs down 3.45 to 398.75, down 4.30, 398.75. Those of you who have written calls on Goldman, you've written 400s, 405s, 410s, 415s. Keep an eye on a dip. If there's any kind of a dip here, you may want to take advantage of it and score your contracts, get them back. Buy them cheaper, hopefully, and sit on the sidelines for a day or two and allow the bank earnings to start coming out. Let's see what the effect is on Goldman. But I'm surprised it's off 465. I really am. It's 397.31 down 574 at the moment. I am surprised to see it at the moment do this. Let's go down 574 to 397. Cisco up 13 cents. The Dow's still holding a gain, but is backing off. We're up 75 points on the Dow now. We were up over 100 here. S&P up 16 and NASDAQ up 121. We could be running into some computer algorithmic trading here. Amazon up 7.25. Facebook up 91 cents. Alphabet, Google up $36 a share. Back to our favorites up here. 69-cent gain on Rocket Lab, 11.54. SoFi 14.31 up 37. Over at the GameStop down 212. Matterport up 51 to 16.90 now. ME up 3. Spire is up a penny. ATIP down 4. Smart Rent up 48 cents to 8.61, climbing again. And Sixtera unchanged, 11.26. Smart Rent touched 8.70 already today, only on 20,000 shares. We were up 57 cents a share on 20,000 volume on Smart Rent. There is nothing for sale on Smart Rent. So, wow. Very interesting there. All right. Well, let's see how it does. Rocket Lab up 76 now to 11.62. Coming back a little bit here, a little bit there. Let's go. It's a good sign that Spire isn't dropping 5% at the open like it used to. I agree. It's up a penny at 297 right now. We're at 296 on ATIP. Rocket Lab up 81 cents now to 11.66. That's looking good. Matterport up 52. It's a nice gain as well. So we got some good stuff going here. Let's go. And GameStop is not on the SSR list today. That is correct. It's not on the short sale restriction list today. So any shorter can attack GameStop if they so desire. But at 128.50, do you? That's the question. Should you and would you? We'll watch for that. We're up 103 again on the Dow. A little recovery here. S&P up 17. NASDAQ up 122. But they were higher at the beginning of the session to start. So we're running into a bit of resistance to start. We'll see how this all goes. Lots to watch. Lots to follow on this market right now. Up 113 on the Dow. Okay, oil up 77 cents. Thank you, one and all 307 thumbs ups now. Thank you, everybody, for that. Appreciate the support of the channel and helping us with momentum here. That is beautiful stuff. Let's see. Rocket Lab 1170 up 84. 1171, 85. We've got a ways to go to recover from Rocket Lab's drubbing. In the last month alone, we've gone from the 1263 range all the way down to 1046. In the 3 months, like back from October, we reached prices of 1570, 1628, 1586. This is at the end of November. Into November, we were in the 16s, and we gave up a ton of ground down to 1046 here. So 1165 right now is nice to see, but 1170, it's great, but it is still a far cry, a $5 bill away from just where we were 6 weeks ago. We have gone a lot of ground to make up on Rocket Lab. Great to see the analyst come in with a $17 price target, but even that price target will only recover us back to kind of where we really were, sort of in November. Back in September, we did hit for a moment in time $20.72 a share, September the 9th, but we couldn't hold the $20 range for long. We went back into the 14s, 15s, came back to the 16s, got down to the 12s back in October 19th, and then we caught back up to 1628 on November 17th. So Rocket Lab, you owe us. We've been patient and we've been waiting. We'd like to see a gain here. 145 gain. Speaking of gain on the Dow now, coming back on again, another run. S&P up 22 and NASDAQ up 127, 127 points. So we'll see just what this market wants to throw our way. Smart Rent up 43, Tesla up 16, Goldman Sachs down 375 now to 399 again. Cisco up a quarter, IBM down 29 cents. Cyxtera up 3 cents, ATIP down 4, Spire down 1, ME up 5, Matterport up 51, GameStop down $1.30. That is our early indications, what I see going on here. Thank you, everybody. Smart Rent, $7.50 call for June 22nd for $1.60. What do you think, Bruce? Is that a buy? Smart Rent being at $8.58, putting this contract at $1.08. If you can pick up a June 22 for $1.60, that's not a bad price to pay. I like it. The thing I like about it, Rob, is if you get a bunch of these, you can use these as poor man covered call contracts. The stock runs to 18, 20, 22 bucks. You can start writing calls against those 750s. So yeah, $1.60 acquisition price to write calls against for like $1 a piece down the road. Yeah, I like that deal. Very good. Alrighty. Let's go. Yeah. Lighten Up is saying, I wish they could profile who is selling major blocks of stock to see who is continually slapping the bid lower on SoFi with the single goal of driving it down. Defies logic why you would sell lower. There's I don't have an answer to that question. I hear you. Rob, the EBID was 160, but it just ran up to 180, and it's still no sellers. Ask is 310, laugh out loud. So, yeah, Rob, if you could score something like that, I guess that's all right. But interesting how that works, isn't it? We got Rocket Lab up 64 to 1150, SoFi up 19 to 1412. A little pullback going on right now. The Dow's only up 88, S&P's up 13, Nasdaq is up 80. We've got another sell program coming through. GameStop 128.72 down $1.58. Matterport up 30 cents. ME up only a penny now to 610. Spire's down 2 cents. ATIP down 5.5 cents. Smart Rent holding a 45-cent gain to 8.58, and Cyxtera up 2 cents at the moment. Is Spire on the SSR today? No, it's not. We're up 100 on the Dow, 14 on S&P, up 84 on NASDAQ, as we are watching this opening market go through some opening jitters and what have you. Inflation remains at a 40-year high for the second month. No surprise, we were expecting it. And stocks, however, are higher on the day so far. That's what I see so far. Okay. Lots of fun. Tons of fun all the time. Never ending. Where are we going? Why are we going? How are we going? It just never stops. Lots to watch, lots to follow here on all kinds of stocks. We've got IBM holding a 7-cent gain to 132.94. The Dow up now 100. Microsoft is up $4. Apple's up 38 cents. Tesla's up $11. Goldman down 275 at $400.30. Cisco up 21 now to 62.58. It was negative, now it's positive. Amazon is up $9, Facebook down 44 cents, and Google up 31 bucks. JP Morgan up 92 cents. Where else are we at here? American Airlines up 7 cents. 78-cent gain on Netflix, no direction. Moderna up 4.15, 225.50 on Moderna. So there you go. Lots and lots of stuff going on here. Spire was up yesterday. Yes, 30 cents yesterday. Okay. What is the case for not buying January 2023 deep in the money Spire calls? There's nothing wrong with it. The problem might be the price you're paying might be so high. You're better off just buying the stock at $3 odd a share. Just pick it up at $2.93 and buy the stock. It never expires. And there you go. Okay. Let's see. Rob is saying, JW, I just looked at January 23 Spire options chain. The lowest available is at $3. There are no in-the-money January 23 calls. And Rob, $3 for January 23's 8-cent bid, $1.25 ask. I mean, there's no reasonable market on it. At all at this point. So, it's pointless to look at Spire calls when the stock's at $2.93. You just buy the stock. You're doing yourself a favor, just picking off the paper. $2.90 last trade, down 6 cents at the moment. Spire volume right now, 66,000 shares. Yesterday morning for the first half hour, Spire did nothing. It was just drifting along, not giving us any sign. And then all of a sudden, I started eating my bagel and Spire took off. I don't call for the repeat of that. I'm not going to predict it, but something obviously triggered buyers big time to bring in almost 3 million shares of buying power into Spire. Obviously, that is more than just a passing little fad of interest. There was some serious money coming into Spire at $3 a share, 3 million shares. Yeah, there's some money being popped into this thing. I'm kind of glad that that much stock was taken out. Between 270 and 318 or 313. Good to see all that paper disappear. I don't think that paper's for sale today. I think that paper's tucked away and it's gone. That's 3 million more shares that will not come back and hang around here and are not going to be for sale between 290 and 590 a share. This stock is not available anymore. So you clean out this stuff down here, and any more interesting buying interest comes in, you're starting moving up 5-10 cents a trade. You're just going to gap it up. So I'm hoping it was the beginning of a plan to just clean up this loosey-goosey paper, kind of like ATIP. They had that 30 million share day that one day, a month ago. That took a lot of paper out. We haven't had the follow through yet, but when a follow through comes, there's nothing to stop the market from running $5 a share. I mean, just nothing there. But 10 million shares a day buying power is what we're going to have to see here to really pop these things higher and bring some momentum behind it. Well, I'm ready anytime you are, folks. Whenever it wants to go, I'm here to watch it. More than happy to watch it. We're up 48 on Rocket Lab at 1134. The high on Rocket Lab today has been so far 1171. We're at 1134 right now. The low 1128. Volume 484,000 shares. SoFi is up a nickel at 1398. The low is this price right here, just about here. 4.7 million traded. The high 1442 so far today. We've got GameStop down only 45 cents. Matterport at 1661. It's up 22 cents. Got up to 1716 and 1659 the low. That's kind of where we are right now. 773,000 shares on Matterport. Now, ME up 3 cents to 612, the low of 608, the high of 618, 147,000. Spire 290 right now, down 5.5 cents. ATIP 297 down 3 cents. Smart Rent up 29 to 842. Cyxtera down 3 cents, 11.23. AMC is negative 8 cents to 22.71. Had a high of 23.09. We've got Robinhood up 6 cents now, also backing off. Vanik up 174, Home Depot up 360, IBM down 20 cents. The Dow holding a 125-point gain. It was higher on the opening. S&P is now up 17 and NASDAQ up 70. The NASDAQ is up 0.45%. The Dow's up 0.35% and S&P up 0.37%. So all three indexes are within a tenth of a percentage point of each other. They're all higher, none taking off like in a big way, but they are gaining and adding to the gains from yesterday and from the last half of the day before that when we had the big turnaround. That turnaround continues. What's happening here? This upward momentum. GameStop has gone green, up 14 cents to 130.28 now, 130.28. We were just green for a moment. We're back down 2 cents right now. Dow popping again, up 138, a little higher. It looks like the Dow might be at its high of the morning. Let me take a peek here. Not quite. We're now about 47 points away from the high of the day, up 150 on the Dow, up 150. The low was 36,324. We're now 36,404. So we're 80 points higher than the low, and we've been up all day. We have been in the green all day on the Dow. Now at 36,411, 40 points short of the high of the day, which was 199 or 200 points up. That was the high point of the Dow so far. Now up 159. S&P climbing, 21-point gain. NASDAQ climbing, 82-point gain. All right, there you go. What else? Don't have a reason why not for Matterport. Why aren't there weekly options? But I think we're not far away from having weekly options. But at the moment, still not here, unfortunately. Let's go. The open interest, Cloaked is saying here, the open interest on SoFi options for January 21 is huge. $15 strike has 25,000. The 1750 contracts have 26,000 contracts in existence. The 20s have 59,000 contracts. Open interest is definitely in someone's best interest to keep it down as long as possible. Well, there were writers, but there were also buyers. And so the buyers of these contracts have every reason to want the stock to go higher. The sellers of these contracts have every reason for the stock to stay lower. And SoFi right now is sitting at $14 on the nose with 15s, 1750s, and 20s out there for the 21st of January, which is 9 days from now. Not this Friday expiry, but next week Friday expiry. So there's a lot of interest there. Let's see. Matterport too young for weeklies, I guess. Let's see. Even the 25s, Rob is saying, the $25 contracts, they got 34,000 contracts outstanding. So it could well be, Rob, that and Cloaked, it could well be that the interest, the upside interest is much greater than the downside interest. This could be an epic battle here. We'll watch it and see what it wants to do. But SoFi at 1403, up 9 cents. Nothing much happening at the moment as if we look at this quote for the second. But it was up nicely all morning until just a few minutes ago. 1406, up 12 on SoFi. All right. What are we going to do? Well, we'll see how this market wants to participate for us. We're now showing a 169 gain on the Dow, another uptick going through here. Yep, 172 now on the Dow, going higher, heading for the high of the day again, up 199. S&P up 23.8, NASDAQ 96.5 point gain right now, and GameStop is green again, 130.67 right now. SoFi up 15, climbing again. Rocket Lab 11.24, up 38. Matterport up 11 cents at 16.50. ME down a penny, Spire down 6 at 290, ATIP down 3.5, 297.5. Smart Rent up 41 cents, holding a nice gain here at 854 on 55,000. The stock has in the last week gone from a week ago, we're on the 820 range, got down to the $7 and 17, 14 range, now at 856 in 2.5 days. So it's definitely had a snapback here of over 20%. And this is the best level in a week. It's not the best level in the last month, though. A month ago, to be precise, December 16th, stock was 1171. So that's 320 down in a month. So it's had a gain of a buck something. We're still down 3. So we have got a long way to go on Smart Rent. And maybe this is why the company announced last night, late in the day, they gave us a preview of what the fourth quarter looks like. Higher than projected, more customers than projected, back order of business, their completion of their merger went through. Everything is on fire at Smart Rent. It's going very well corporately. The stock has reacted about $1 now since yesterday morning to now in 2 days of trading, but we are still off $3 from a month ago. So we've got a ways to go yet. Let's go. Let's see if I can get 410 for a 135 GameStop covered call for Friday expiry. GameStop, yeah, 130.30 unchanged. We opened lower today, down to 127-ish on GameStop. We're now back to $30.57, the high of the day, 131.32. Writing 135s for this Friday might be a game to play. If you can bring in that kind of a premium, it might be worth your while. This is Wednesday, after all, and they die Friday afternoon. Even if the contract only drops down to $2, 180, you make yourself more than 50% on your money here. You get keep half of this or more with a 410 fill. Nothing wrong with this. If you want to write a contract for next Friday, you might look at 140s. That might be where you want to consider going. Let me take a peek here at these contracts. January 14, 135s are 3 to 330. The contracts for next Friday for GameStop, we're showing for 130s 770 to 855. 140s for next week, 470 to 525. So if you can get like a $6 price, a $7 price for next Friday, might be worth your while. If GameStop would like to continue to rise a little bit here, and it certainly could do so, it's 130.10 right now. It's only down 20 cents. We could have a 132, 134 market anytime today. If we got that, then writing a 140 might bring you in $7 to $8 for next week, Friday, of course. For this Friday, you want to write a 140, you're not going to get that kind of money. You're looking at 210 to 237 right now. You might get three and a half. The 135s, though, you might get yourself $6, $5 if the stock went up a couple of dollars from here. It has to go to 133 at least for $1.50 more on this other contract. Yeah, that will get you $5 or something like that. Yeah, Rob, there it is, 325, 360. And let's see here. Let's go. You want to see open interest for stocks. Look at the mega caps for January 2022 on Apple, Tesla, and Microsoft. Millions of options they want to wipe out there prior to earnings. Millions. Cloaked, lighten up, wish they would hurry up and release the charter. I have calls as well. I agree with SoFi. Just let us know. Just tell us you got the charter, and let's go to 25 a share today. How about that? Can't we be friends? Would be great for friendships. We're up 54 in Rocket Lab, up 21 on SoFi, up 8 cents on GameStop. We're up 12 on Matterport, unchanged on ME. We're down 6 on Spire, down 4 on ATIP. We're up 36 on Smart Rent. We're down 6 on Sixtera. That's what we got going on here. IBM down 46 cents to 132.41. The Dow up 190 points now at 36,000 plus, 36,425. Microsoft up $6. Apple up 97 cents. Tesla up $18. Goldman down $1.88 to 401. Cisco up 26 cents. Amazon up 8.87, Facebook down 34 cents, and Google up $47. That's very good on Google here. 2% gain already. So we got power in some of the big boys here, especially Microsoft, up $6. Nicely done. Can it translate to everybody else? GameStop going higher, 130.75. We're up 45 cents. GameStop definitely moving higher. Maybe we've gone through the little sell-off and we'll have a little pop here. 130.75 on GameStop. SoFi up 21 now to 14.14. Rocket Lab up 64 again, 11.50 and climbing. Very good. Let's bring it on, kids. Let's bring it on. Okay, let's go. Succell's just not having. You're just not having a good time, Succell. I mean, you're so depressed. It's just terrible. Yuck, just yuck. Yeah, it's Succell not having a good time. What are you going to do? We're at 178 gained on the Dow, 28 on S&P, 128 on NASDAQ. The big markets are doing what they are supposed to do, what I thought they were going to do. There's a follow-through of upside coming in here. Earnings season is about to begin, and I think we're going to have good earnings. I really think there are good earnings coming for the fourth quarter, and I think the markets are going to react nicely in almost all cases. But we'll have to see what's going on. ME, such a disappointment. I hear you there. When you buy calls 8 months ago and the stock was a bit higher than this, it's frustrating. We're at 608 right now, down a penny, and it is frustrating to see. The company has such tremendous prospects, and they keep releasing news nowadays, but the stock is not reacting at this point at 610. It has not yet had a move. Sure would love to see more. I'm with you. Yes. I like that comment, Bruce, says Cheddar Stacks. Yeah, well, what can I tell you? We are we're here. We're not going anywhere. We're sticking it out to see what this market wants to give us. 14.21 on SoFi, up 27 cents. Let's go. 130.91 on GameStop, up 61 cents right at the moment. 131.10 GameStop. We're going higher. GameStop is approaching its high of the day of 131.32. That might open the door for some of you to write call options on GameStop today for Friday. 135s might be written, 134s, 136s, something like that. Keep an eye on those. I don't know if you can. No, you can't write $1 contracts, unfortunately, on GameStop unless they're into the 40s. You can write, let's take a look here. You can write $1 contracts next week, Friday contracts. So you can write 132s, 33s, 34s, 135s, 36s, 7s, 8s, 9s, 40s, 41s, all the way up to 150. You can write in $1 increments on GameStop contracts expiring next week, Friday. Might be worth looking into. 135s for next Friday, 595 to 705. Big fat spread. 140s right now, 495 to 545. I'd be looking at 140s at maybe 695 is what I'd be considering as an option price. But the stock's going to have to give us a little more than what it's given us so far. Okay. Larry Lewis and Uncle Bruce, I'm late today. Someone mentioned Spire could be delisted. Did I miss something? No, the stock will not be delisted. What that means is the stock can never trade anywhere. That's not going to happen. Spire stock, if it breaks over $3 and breaks over $5, can stay on the New York Stock Exchange. If it wants to stay under $3 a share, it'll have to get off the exchange in New York and go to another stock exchange instead. It could be NASDAQ. It could be another market, but it won't be delisted. The question is, how long will Spire stay under 3? If it stays under 3 for 90 days or something like that, it is subject to possible delisting from New York, but it'll just arrange to list elsewhere. Went up 30 cents yesterday, touched 313. Satellites are launching today with Virgin Orbit. We had 3 million, almost 3 million trade yesterday on Spire. That was a big improvement in volume. If we get another wave like that, we could be at $4 a share. And the talk of any kind of delisting will just disappear instantly, and it won't be an issue. So, Larry, you got a nothing burger to worry about there, okay? H. Gregory, good morning, Uncle Bruce. For poor man covered call on Apple, do you wait until a drop in the long call position? No, do you wait for a drop in the long call portion before you buy, or do you buy at market price no matter what since you're writing calls against it? Oh, that's a good question. I was screaming at this computer a couple of days ago when Apple dropped at down to like what was it 169 or something like that? Didn't we break 170? Yeah, we did. On the 10th, I was saying obviously day before yesterday, hey, this is a good time to think about buying Apple calls with the stock at 169, looking at 145s, 140s, whatever. Okay, now it's 176.49. It's up, not $7. What about now? You're thinking of writing a call against the stock. Everything is relative. So yes, you could buy an in the money call, 160, 150. And yeah, you could look at writing a writing a call against it, a short-term call, maybe 178s or 180s for the next week or two. You can do that right now. And that, of course, will bring you cash back against what you're paying for this long call. And if you're going to play this game for the next 6 months, then this price of 176 is irrelevant, because my guess is the stock will be 190 to 200 anyway by the summertime. So get in here, get your call, write your call, keep it short, and keep moving forward. Yeah, there you have it. All righty. Okay. Rob, I don't know about your list broker. My broker allows $1 increments on GameStop for this Friday. Okay. Rob, I'm only looking at Market Watch. You guys have got the platforms. You keep me on the straight and narrow. I appreciate it. If you have $1 spreads, great. Great. Ben Dover at LGB. I changed my name. Welcome, Ben. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate for that. I don't appreciate the LGB, but I'm glad to see Ben Dover there. Ben Dover, get it, Ben. The BD is in the house. Still having fun. All right. Let's see. Beach Boy. I need to exchange the powder for stock, and then I can write covered calls. Which price, how, what, where, and when. Let's see what we've got going on right now. Where are we at? Okay, GameStop is down 41 cents to 129.89. GameStop obviously is not taking off right now. As all of you can see, it's sitting here in this 130 neighborhood. It's not moving very much. Low of 127, high of 131. We're just kind of in a $4 funk right now. Not a lot to get excited about. Question is the stock setting up for a drop, or is the stock setting up for a pop, or is it just going to sit here and do this and torture us? Because this is unusual for GameStop to not be volatile. Beach Boy, the lower it goes, the better for you, because you're a buyer. You're going to be a buyer eventually. The lower it goes, contracts you have outstanding depreciate, and so you're a winner. It's down 76 cents now to 129.54, the low of the day, like I said, 127. I would sit back and just do nothing at the moment. You have powder, you're in a power position, and I think you should stay there for now. There's no need to chase a potential trade if there isn't one. And if GameStop wants to give you a 125 price, or a 122 price, or a 116 price, or a 109 or a 104, I mean, hey, I know a bunch of you out there will buy GameStop the lower this thing goes. The lower it goes, the more shares you can buy with the money you have, because they're cheaper. The more shares you acquire at the lower levels, the more paper you take out of circulation, because you guys don't sell this stuff necessarily. So you are potential writers, and you're doing yourselves a tremendous favor. But do we like to see a 129 print or a 179 print? I know the answer. We like 179 prints. What is this going to do today, tomorrow, into next week? Without the company speaking, we have nothing to hold our hat on. The stock doesn't look to me like they're about to speak at all. It doesn't look to me like any friends of friends of friends of this company know anything. So there's no volume, 360,000 volume in 37 minutes, and there's no movement. It's down $1. So Beach Boy, sit tight. You're getting richer the lower the stock actually goes, which is goofy, but that's how options work. Your options are dropping in price and you are getting richer. There's no need to try to write a Friday call against a stock that isn't doing anything. Might as well just wait this thing up. April 270s right now are 750 to 930. The last trade registered was 851, and it's 750 bids. So we're not going anywhere. And for June 220s, right now, showing 1465 to 1950. What a spread! Almost a $5 spread. The 230s are 1375 bid. The 240s are 1285 bid. Down go the bids. So nothing to do here. Just right now, if this stock wants to go lower than 120, you're possibly going to be a buyer. It wants to go over 135, you might be a buyer and an immediate writer. But at the moment, you're not doing anything. I wouldn't recommend anything right now. Just wait this out. Okay, let's go. Ben is smiling. Let's go. Okay, John, I don't know what you're asking me about here. John, you're advocating take a massive bath just to get out? Nah, I'll wait and not take a major loss. I'm not sure what that means. Okay. Rob, LGB, does that mean let's go, Bruce? Thanks for supporting the rights of LGB. Almost there. Enrico, are you guys writing any calls for GameStop? Like I say, we're if they would have gone up to 132, maybe 135s and 140s, but we're now at 129.46. We're down again, so we're not sure what's going on here. Let's see. Too low, too stagnant. There we are right there. It finally filled after about 45 minutes. I love the pain, says Max. And let's see. Rob is saying here, I love how all the news that my broker shows me for GameStop is all about Robinhood or Citadel News. Robinhood to permanently shift most employees to remote working. Like, what has that got to do with GameStop? There's nothing about GameStop there. There you go. Yep, there you have it. If Spire were to be listed somewhere else, what would happen to our long call? Nothing. No changes. Everything just keeps going. Yeah. There you go. I know why the markets aren't going up, says Rob. The neat emojis aren't being shown off. That's why the markets aren't going higher. That is the answer right there. So simple. GameStop 130.06 down 24 cents. We are just drifting here. We're up 170 on the Dow now. S&P is up 33. NASDAQ up 157. We just have not a lot to get excited about at the moment. We're up 55 on Rklb. We're happy. Excited? No, we're happy. We're up 35 on SoFi. We're happy. Are we excited? No, but we're at 14.29. Better. GameStop now 15 cents to the good. Oh, okay. Matterport down a quarter, 16.15. ME down 4 cents. Spire down 5. ATIP down 3. SmartRent up 31. Cyxtera down 11 cents. AMC up 17 cents. Robinhood up 22 cents. Vanik up 4.69. Home Depot up $5. IBM down 83 cents. Microsoft having a great day, up $8. Apple up 186. Tesla up $30. Goldman down 336 right now at 399.68. That stock is not giving up much ground right now. If you probably noticed, those of you who are option writers on Goldman Sachs, note this stock is not giving up ground willingly at all. It is grinding along and is not giving up ground. So watch that Goldman. It could pop, and you may want to be, not necessarily naked on contracts, just so you know, or you can always look at rollovers. You can always do that. Cisco down a penny right now on the day. All right. Let's see. BW, Uncle Bruce, is your internet glitching out? Because I keep getting refreshed on my screen and I know my internet's good. Nothing here today. We're fine, right? Hi, Jen.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you better now?
Well, I mean, part of it is knowing that the third thing happened.
The third thing. We had three. You know how things happen in threes?
Yeah. So I was waiting all day yesterday for the world to
Things happen in threes.
catch on fire.
Right. And
More.
what were the three things again?
First of all, I dumped a quarter cup of melted butter on top of the gas stove.
Right.
That was awesome.
We have a
That was great.
in this condo. There's a microwave on top of the stove, and the stove is a gas stove.
And I'm short.
It's a high end microwave with lots of features and all this kind of stuff. And one of the features is a button, melt button, so you can take
Or soften
button. Yeah, so you can
Soften
take
melt.
hard butter and just soften it, in a microwave. But if you hit the wrong button, you melt it into
Which I
liquid.
obviously did.
And Jen hit the wrong button, turned it into liquid butter, and so she reached up and
Because I can't see it.
she doesn't wear her heels all the time like Jennifer Aniston, as you see in the photos. Jennifer Aniston's always wearing her heels. Well, my Jennifer Aniston look like wife. She wears heels too, but not around the house. So without her stilts on, she can't see inside the microwave that there was a pool of butter there. So when she pulled out the dish, all this butter landed on the stove, the gas stove.
It was great.
So she got to disassemble everything on the gas stove and clean it all up. That was the first thing that happened.
That was first thing in the morning.
That was the first thing. The second thing, before
I come in here and see you.
Yeah, before seeing Mr. Happy, Miss Happy wasn't coming. So then the number two thing that happened was our laundry. We had a disaster in the laundry. We have a blanket here that's not our blanket; it's the landlord's blanket that Jennifer thought she would wash.
Because it looked like it had baby puke up on it.
Yeah, it had gunk on it. So she followed the wash instructions.
Did exactly
what it said. Put it in with a bunch of our clothes. And this red blanket shed red fuzz. Everywhere. Like you can't believe it. And Jen moved it from the washer to the dryer without noticing that.
No, I noticed
she noticed
it.
Oh.
I noticed it as soon as I opened the lid.
Oh.
Because everything in there looked red.
Oh, gosh.
It's like, that's not true.
That's not good. So found the culprit, the blanket, put it outside on a chair to kind of air dry. And then between shows, I was helping Jen clean up all this red fuzz everywhere.
I was fluffing the clothes
to get the stuff off.
And he was vacuuming.
And I'm vacuuming the floor as it's covering the floor in red fuzz. And of course, you wash a shirt. Inside the sleeves is the red fuzz.
Everywhere. It was
inside the pants. So we had to take the clothes inside out, shake it again, put it in the dryer to just air dry it, and then the filter for the dryer got cleaned out again and again and again.
10 minutes. It was like a blanket inside the filter.
Caked in red. It was a disaster.
5-6 times.
This blanket is this blanket is garbage.
It was another reason we have to move. Like I'm just going to leave it. I don't need those clothes. I'm just going to walk away.
So that was the second thing that happened. And so today, the third thing happened.
Yes, but yesterday all day I was waiting.
She was waiting for the third thing. What's the third thing?
Like we're going to blow a tire on the car.
Nothing happened. What's the third? Today, the third thing.
Today, the third thing.
And if you were here, you know what it is. If you weren't here, you don't know what it is, and you're guessing.
Oh.
And there you go. And so Jen's holding her head in her hands, going, "What a."
And I wouldn't have come in and interrupted you if the alarm hadn't been going.
Right. Yeah, because I heard the alarm going and going and going and going.
And
I could hear Jennifer, so I knew she wasn't having a stroke, and the alarm was going and she couldn't shut it up. I could hear her.
It wasn't a life alert.
But then the door opened up and she said, "I need your help." So we had to.
Because I couldn't lift the mattress. I couldn't get my hand in there.
Like I said, I wasn't going to tell you. I wasn't going to tell you what it was. Anyway, there you are. So. Yeah. Is that the third thing? Is that
yes,
your whole plan?
That was the third thing. That's the third thing.
That's the whole plan? Yes, that was the third thing. That's the whole plan. That's the whole plan. Is that the third thing? Is that your whole plan? That's the third thing. That's the whole plan. That's the whole plan. That's the whole plan. Is that the third thing? Is that your whole plan?
I'm free to go now.
We okay now?
Yeah.
That's the whole plan. Oh,
We'll see if I start a fire with your bagel, but I think we're good.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Unbelievable.
I tell you.
It's not easy. You think it's easy living this life of rally.
It's
not easy. It's not that
yeah.
And there you go.
That was it.
Okay.
So on that, what kind of scientific experiment would you like to have for your bagel?
How confident are you? You feel lucky, punk?
That's right.
You feel lucky, punk?
Have you been counting the bullets?
Oh, yeah. With all the excitement, I've lost count. Oh, no. Yeah. So what are we going to do here? Well,
today is Wednesday. So Wednesday, I'm never sure. Is it going to be an egg? Is it going to be ham and cheese? Is it going to be just butter?
just butter.
You've never had just butter?
No. No. I'm thinking that
depends on how hungry you are.
Yeah.
We had a big supper.
I just think that why don't I just have a couple slices of the cheddar cheese?
Just have cheese.
Just melt the cheddar
under there.
Toast it real good and cheddar it up.
So soften, not melt.
Oh. It's best I don't talk.
I'll come back with a bagel with a little orange plasma splotch on it. Say, there's your cheese. There's your Christmas card.
There's no tension here. There's no cause for concern. There's no cause for alarm. Help me. Oh my God. Well, we'll see what happens. Carol, Uncle Bruce, do you think SoFi $15 call expiring January 19th, 2024 for $5.60 is a good thing to buy? SoFi $15 call. No, I don't. I think, Carol, what you should do, instead of spending $5.60 or $560 on a contract like that, you'd be better off spending that much or less on a SoFi 1250 contract, an in-the-money contract that goes till this fall. That's what I'd recommend instead, because you're in the money at 1250, so you're not paying all premium. This is all premium. And the shares don't have to go to $20.60 just to break even, which this contract does. Here, you're at $14.16 on the stock. You have a $12.50 contract. You've got $1.66 book value, and if you can get it for the 4 range or something like that or whatever, I'd go there. That's what I'd go. And then you have a call in the money. Stock goes to 2022. You have an in the money call, or more than one, depending on how many you're buying here, to use to write options against it. That's what might be the idea. Okay. You know what? I like hot knife through butter, not hot wife through butter. There you go. Cheddar, I didn't say I bought puts. I bought in the money 1250 SoFi calls for April. Rock and roll. Let's go. People are talking politics in here. I don't know why you guys are doing that. This is not a political channel. Get off of that topic. Get out of that topic. Please. Let's see. Let's go. Gotta be Shmias is nice. First world problems. Yep. Let's go. No contracts. No. Let's go. Bruce, if we need help or rescue, just tilt the lampshade so we know what to do. What lamp? Carol Rob is saying July 22, 12 and a halves are 380 to 395. That's where you want to go. That's one suggestion right there on the SoFi. Yep. Let's go. Uncle Bruce, can you explain the shorts and what is days to cover? All it means is that if there's 20 million shares shorted of a particular stock and the stock trades 10 million shares a day on average, it takes 2 days of trading to cover up 20 million shares of shorting if every buyer is a short coverer. That's all that means. So hope that isn't too complicated. The higher the number of short sales, the higher number of shares shorted, and the lower the daily trading volume means the more days to cover the short position. And that can be a bullish indicator depending on how outrageous that is. Let's see. People are still talking to each other about the other politicians out there and stuff. There's one stock you guys keep mentioning I won't mention. I am not interested in talking about this one particular stock that you guys are talking about because of its political overtones. And I have no interest in the stock. I've never had interest in the stock. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot cattle prod. I think this stock is into serious SEC investigative issues. And I am just not even going to talk about what it is. I know you guys are talking between each other about it and you're arguing over it. You're wasting your time, and I prefer you don't use my channel to discuss it. But hey, you do what you want to do. It's a member chat room, and if you want to talk about it. But I'm not going to highlight it. I'm sorry to say, because I just don't see the upside for my viewers. I don't see it. And there you have it. I Smell Money is asking me a question here. Look, what is the 10% time value rule again when I'm looking to buy them in the money calls? What are you talking about? Is it 10% of the current stock price, time value? What I'm saying is, in case of Apple, if you want to buy a deep in the money call option on Apple and utilize that option as your vehicle to write options against it, short-term trading options, then what I'm suggesting is do not buy a call option in the money that is made up of more than 10% of its value, which is time value. So in other words, if Apple is trading at, where are we at right now here? Apple, 176. You buy a 150 contract in Apple, let's just suppose. You look down the road a few months and you're looking at all the $150 options available on Apple for March, April, into May, June, July, August. You're looking at the 150s, and they're worth $26.60 book value right now. $26.60 is the book value of the 150 contracts because the stock's $176.60. Well, if you're going to buy that contract, a 150 contract, as your in the money contract to write contracts against, I'm saying do not pay more than 10% of that value in time premium. If that contract is being offered to you at $35 and it only has a $26 book value, do not use it, because more than 10% of the $35 price is time value. It's not book value. $26.60 is book value. Anything over that is time value. So if it's trading at $28, yeah, it's a winner. It's trading 90% or more in the money. If you are buying it for $30, that's a $3.40 price over and above the book value. That's too high. It's too high. You're paying too much time premium, because as you hold this contract week after week after week after week and write short-term calls against it to bring in income, what you make in your income from short-term call writing, you're going to lose a little bit on the time premium depreciation that you overpaid for. If you pay $6 for that contract over its book value, in other words, you're paying $32.64, you're going to lose $6 of time premium in the amount of months that this contract has left to live. Now, you might be in a position where you buy a 6-month out contract, and then you're going to dump it when it has 4 months to go and buy another contract that has 6 months to go. You might play that rollover game, which is fine. But if you are playing the game where it's a $6 time premium and then it's down to $4 time premium and you roll it out, you are losing $2 a contract on time depreciation in those 2 months. that you have to make. The first $2 you make in writing short options will only take care of what you're going to lose on this contract. That's why I'm telling you to be really particular. And if you can't find 150s that are giving you this ratio of 90 to 10% minimum in your favor, book value to time premium, then look at 145s, look at 140s, look at 135s, look at 130s. Find the call option that gives you a 90-10 split or better in your favor, 92-8, 93-7, where most of what you're paying for the contract is book value, pure book value, and as little as possible is time value. Then write options against it. That's what I'm saying. All right. I hope that makes sense. I smell money. I hope it does. Rob says to Carol, unfortunately, I don't see any other options between July 22 and January 23 for SoFi right now. So that's as far as you can go for those contracts for SoFi. Rklb days to cover was two days on December 30 settlement. Yeah, that's a nothing burger. That is no short interest to worry about at all. Bruce, where in Germany should I go? It's cheap right now. Yeah, well, there's so many places in Germany to go. Phenomenal country, so many fantastic places. If you've not been to Berlin, start there. Start there. Okay, exactly.
No harm, no foul.
Hey, look at that.
Look at that.
Melted cheddar cheese slices on top of the bagel. Oh, lovely.
Nothing exploded, no pops, no bangs.
Maybe the third thing was the third thing. Maybe that was the third thing after.
Now the universe will lay off for a while.
Leave me alone. Oh, that would be good. That would be good. Yes, indeed. Well, let's hope for the best.
$2 down from when I was here last.
128.64. Yep, down 166. Yep, it's just not putting a drive together to go higher. It's just jumping around negative.
We love volatility, though.
That's it. We're up 100 on the Dow. We're up 27 on S&P, and we're up 137 on Nasdaq. And that's the deal at the moment. 128.64 GameStop down 166. Yeah, look at Rklb up 70. Coming back on again, 11.56, and SoFi up 15 cents. Not great, but still positive. Matterport, unfortunately,
they're shooting them up today, aren't they?
Satellites going up. Yeah, Matterport down 60, ME down 8, Spire down 10 cents. Today, Spire satellites are going into space, and it's down a dime. So, had a 30-cent gain yesterday, so we're giving some of that back. I guess Spire volume is 167,000. We traded almost 3 million yesterday, so there's nothing happening here.
That's why
maybe the big buyer yesterday wants more, but they're sitting back going, well, let's see how much comes in first. Mm-hmm. Let's just see how much of this stock comes back to us, how much more is coming in. And then we'll let it gather up between 285, 288, 290, 292. Mm-hmm. Let them all put their offers there. Let them all put them in there. And then when I'm ready, I'll call my broker and I'll say, okay, let's buy 1 million shares right now and clean it all up to 305. Let's start with that.
Patience is its own reward.
Bingo. And they grab up 500,000 shares that's being offered by people who don't understand what's happening. They get taken out and it's 305 bid and another 500,000 comes in. He gets his million. And he's sitting there going, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for coughing it up, you saps. I've taken it off your hands yet again. Now let's go 315 bid for another million, and let's see how this goes. Who knows? Let's see what happens. Okay. Cheddar Stacks. I paid $275 for January. For March SoFi calls. Sorry, March, not April. SoFi earnings 317. That's when they come out. I feel like I probably should have waited for another dip, but what if it doesn't dip, And let's see. No politics. Let's focus on the lamp. And we are not who they thought they were. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Let's go. I'm just going to keep going here. Thank you all. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, Joanne, I hear you there. Money's money. Politics is just, what are you going to do? Does the 10% rule apply to in-the-money calls in general, say SoFi 1250s or Matterport? No, it doesn't. But on these big blue chip companies, it definitely does, like Goldman and Microsoft and Facebook and Apple. That's where it applies. Yeah, because of course, if you're going to buy in-the-money calls on SoFi, you're talking about a stock that you think might go to $20 a share, 25 a share. We've been there. Well, from 14 to 20 is what, a 45% move? So trying to buy a 90-10 rule on an in-the-money contract, hard to do on a SoFi. Fair enough. But you want to buy an in-the-money call on IBM, on Apple. Nobody is saying that Apple in the next 3 months is going to go up 40%. So the 90-10 rule is one that follows. This is my rule. You're not going to find this in a textbook anywhere. You're not going to find this in some professor anywhere. This is my rule. I'm trying to keep you guys from getting into trouble where you do everything right and still lose money. And everything right is buying an in-the-money call, writing calls against it, and taking in those premiums. The mistake is to buy an in-the-money call and watch it keep shrinking and shrinking and shrinking imperceptibly at first. But overall, it will lose all that time premium, and you've done all that work for nothing. You have written contracts and written contracts and written contracts, bottom back, made all kinds of money only to have it evaporate on your long call because you overpaid for it. I'm trying to stop mistakes. Okay. BW, Uncle Bruce, it's time to change it up. No bagel this morning. No, don't do the bagel in the morning. Time for a bran muffin. Maybe that and a whole flushing of the markets, muffins and musings with Uncle Bruce. That could work, right? We could do that. GameStop, 127.93. Oh boy. Splair, you want to come to Germany? Here you go. Nordrhein-Westfalen is cheap. Berlin is amazing. And the rest you have to see. But the state I mentioned is almost 30% only city, and lots of the cities are connected to each other. Very interesting. Yeah, that's right. AB. We know Spire is $2 a share cash. It's trading at 283 right now. At that point, you may as well have Spire paper than US dollars. What's the story on ATIP? Similar, $1 is just pure company cash. What is up? Yeah. ATIP, I'll tell you, I'm waiting. The Dow opened very nicely, then backed off. Now it's coming on again. It's all over the map. Same with S&P, same with NASDAQ. Same thing. We're going to get some U.S. supply data today for oil. We'll find out what the reserves numbers are like. Oil is up 86 cents. Joe says the launch is tomorrow. The launch has been rescheduled. The sentence about the lamp in that picture is great. Just got today's alert. Uncle Bruce, YouTube might be testing the lamp. My goodness. Okay. Thank you all for being here. Up 75 on the Dow. Man, oh man. The Energy Institute reports a weekly drop in U.S. crude, but gasoline inventories are rising. Oil up 88 cents on the day, 82.10. Okay. Okay. Oh, the bagel is delicious with a real slab of cheddar on here. The Dow is backing off. Dow's up 47 now, falling. Red everywhere. Still up though. We're now up 64 on the Dow. S&P up 14, NASDAQ up 60. We have computer trading going on through here. Very volatile right now. Dow's up 77 now. SoFi back under 14. Yep. GameStop 127.28 down 302. Oh man. Dow's up only 22 now. Another wave of selling just came in. Got up to 77 and then whack, 50 points off on the Dow. Lots of swing trading going on. Last piece of the bagel. Mm. The Dow only up 13 now. Up 2. Dow's going red. Yep. We're down 7. S&P only up 6. The Dow down 10 points. Yeah. We were up 200 at the beginning of the day. Down 15. Okay. Early gains wiped out on the Dow. Down 17 points on the Dow right now. Lots of interesting comments here today. How do you all justify literally doing the opposite of what the guy pays you to, what the guy you pay to watch and comment on asked you to do? Who's Henry? Oh my. Too much fun. My dog's name's Henry. Oh boy. Rklb up 53 cents to 11.39. SoFi up 1 penny to 13.95. GameStop down 2.90. Matterport down 68. ME down 13. Spire down 15. ATIP down 2. SmartRent up 42 cents. Cyxtera up 4. The Dow is positive again. We went from negative 20 to plus 7. Computer programs are all over the map right now. There's volatility everywhere. Get used to it, kids, because we're trying to figure out where should we be going. Should the markets be going into value stocks? Should the stock market money go into high PE multiple stocks? Should the money for the stock market go into low PE multiple, high? Where? And there's a lot of this swing trading going on. I mean, we're up 23 on the Dow now. We're everywhere here. Volatility all over the place. GameStop 127.14 down 3.16 a share. That's where we're at. Got as high as 131.32, and that was all. The swing of GameStop is $4.29. That's all it's swung. $4.29. That's all it's been doing today on GameStop. It doesn't know what to do. My dog's name is Johnny, says Beach Boy. Oh, man. Let's see. Here's Johnny. I don't know what that means, says Robles. I don't know what that means. The inflation number must have come out. Oh my. Beach Boy. Hey, Cheddar, is it time to think about a new family? Up and down, sideways trading. Oh man. DMs of inflation came out hours ago, 7%, high since 1982. Wow. Yeah, been out pre-market. I covered it at 5:30 in the morning my time. Where have you guys been? Oh, too much fun. Anyway, The Dow up 31. Was down 17 just 10 minutes ago. We're up 31 now. 12-point gain on S&P, 51 on NASDAQ. There you go. My dog eats toilet paper every night unless I remember to put it up. Makes no sense. Are you sharing pets' names now? My cat's names are Nestor and Nemesis. Oh, gosh. AMC down 24. Robinhood down 3 cents. Manic up 240. Home Depot up 330. IBM down $1. Microsoft up $5. Apple up 80 cents. Tesla up $30. Rklb down 84 cents. Goldman down $8. $3.95 on Goldman. There might be opportunities to buy contracts back here. Don't know for how long, but soon. And or opportunities to buy deep in the money Goldman calls. Might be an opportunity out there, kids. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, I had to get ready for Class B. Let's go. My cat is Luki, L-O-K-I, Loki. I have no idea. Loki. I love those names. Okay. Goldman down 786. Cisco down 12. Amazon up 99 cents, giving it all back. Facebook down 196. Google dropping, but it's still up $36 a share. Markets are under pressure. Rocket Lab holding a gain of 52 cents, but SoFi now down 6. GameStop down 256. Matterport down 75. ME down 12. Spire down 16. ATIP down 3. SmartRent up 39. And Cyxtera up 4. Let's see. We have all kinds of cat names and pet names. And that's great. Fantastic. I'm glad you're happy. Let's see. 257 down move on GameStop to 127.73. The low of the day 127.03. Low of the day now 126.46 just a few minutes ago. So GameStop on the lower end of its daily range now. Okay. Fair enough. And Beach Boy, thank you, buddy. Uncle, another day, another smile. Thank you. Thank you, Beach Boy. I appreciate the support as we just kind of grind along here. Do what we can. We're only up 5 points on the Dow now. We've backed off again. We're up 9 on S&P, and NASDAQ is up 34. What can I say? 4.8 point gain now. 4.8 on the Dow. Now 7 on the Dow. Whew, he doesn't know where to go. BZ, I always wanted a cat. Then I watched my friend's cat go from the litter box directly up onto the kitchen counter. Never mind. Andy, what else are we going to do while the market's red and one of our SPACs might get delisted? We might as well just talk about cat names. Larry Titus, cat. What currency is that? This is DM. Shekels. Those are shekels. About 30 cents to the US dollar, I think. So that's about $20. Thank you, Beach Boy. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I get to find out what the future of my job is in the next 10 minutes. Larry, if they let you go into private enterprise. Get away from the nonprofits. Make some real money. But we'll see. Up to you, buddy. Good luck, Larry. Yep. No cat for me. Next. Oh, boy. Ben is saying, I'm from Israel too. What cat? What cat are we talking about here? Yeah, what are we at now? Up 20 on the Dow. Up 8.8 on S&P. NASDAQ up 31. As we try to make heads or tails of this market. Michael is saying, hey, I know an open CEO position you might want to consider, Larry. GameStop just gained a big red candle, down 328 to 127.02. Falling. Larry, go, says Beach Boy. Okay. I just pull out that spray bottle. Cat runs away. So many emojis today, says Red Solo. So many. 127.34 on GameStop, down 328. Okay. Oh yeah, just all kinds of fun here. Tons de fun. We have 307 thumbs ups despite this market. Thank you everybody for your support. Appreciate the thumbs ups and adding momentum to the channel. That is great of you to do that. Thank you very, very much. And thank you for those of you who have subscribed to this channel, those of you who have become Chillin' with Uncle Bruce members, and also those of you who are becoming Gold Bagel members. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated. Indeed. Very good. Very good. Man, oh man, oh man. You guys noticing an increase in the amount of junk mail you're getting these days? I am. I sure am getting a ton of junk mail these days. It's incredible how much comes through now. Ridiculous. And there we go. 307 thumbs ups. Thank you, guys. 307 and counting. Thank you. Yes, it's red here. Lots of red going on. Smart Rent, Sixtera, Apple, and Tesla, plus Rklb are red, or green. Everyone else is red so far. Not exciting, not great. Hoo-wee. Okay. I don't know what's going on there. Oh no. Oh no. Don't know what's going on. Okay. GameStop, stink bid to get some cheap stock. What do you think? Oh, I agree, but not right now. I'm thinking price is much lower than you are at the moment. Don't even think about it right now. Let's see. Beach Boy to Ben, 1 hour north to 1 hour north to Tel Aviv. Let's see. I have a fear that the only cure is more market bells instead of cowbells. The only cure is more market bells. 126.63 on GameStop, going lower right now, approaching the low of the day of 126.46. GameStop backing off right now. Volume on GameStop today, 661,000. Just nothing. Matterport, 1554 after hitting a high of 1716 today. Very disappointing on Matterport today. Really frustrating. Down 83 cents, 3+ million volume. Spire down 14 cents. ATIP down 4.5. Smart Rent holding a 29-cent gain at 842. Down a penny on Sixtera right now. Beach Boy is saying to Ben, send an email to Uncle Bruce and ask him to connect us. I would love to talk. There you go. And what else? We're up 28 on the Dow, up 6.2 points on S&P. NASDAQ up 4 points. We are virtually unchanged here. Very, very flat now. Oil up 133 to 82.55. GameStop 127.18, down 312. Okay. Beach Boy, you got it, says Ben. You got it. Let's see. Cheddar saying, wow, it's a really bad daily chart on Matterport. It has nothing to do with astrology or charts. It's just a bunch of red candlesticks. Nice set of basement stairs. Why the face? Yeah, well, it is what it is. We're red. We're going red. We're still up 24 on the Dow. Another little minor bounce. Now up 33. I don't know how much oomph there is behind these little runs. There just seems to be another selling wave coming in right after these buy runs come through. We get another hit, another hit, another hit. Thomas, welcome to Chillin' with Bruce. Thank you, Thomas, for joining the channel today. Nice to have you here. Thomas, thank you for joining us. Is it safe to say, Bruce, that you'll be avoiding SPACs from now on? As these they've been all over the place and can't get a read on what they'll do. It's like the fundamentals don't mean squat. It's not going to avoid them. I haven't recommended a new SPAC now since March, because the SEC rules are so negative on SPACs. Period. I mean, it's just a nightmare to bring a SPAC out now. Try to do a deal with a SPAC. But the companies that I'm talking about are former SPACs. They're no longer SPACs, and they're no longer subject to SEC shenanigans when it comes to the hating of SPACs. These guys are past that. The key now is, will the market as a whole learn about what these companies do, like they know about SoFi and they're learning about Matterport? Will all of the former SPACs that I'm following, talk to you about, will they get picked up by analysts bit by bit? They are, piece by piece. I mean, Rocket Lab today got mentioned. We know that SoFi has been ranked, and Matterport has been ranked, and ME and others. We just need more of it, and it continually being done. Okay, let's go. Welcome, Thomas from Auntie, and let's go. Thank you all for popping in. Thank you, Thomas, for becoming a member. Fantastic. It's great to have you. We're up 60 now in the Dow. Try to figure the direction of the Dow. You tell me every minute. It changes. We're up 11 on S&P, and we're up 24 on NASDAQ right now. So we're all over the place. 127.50 on GameStop, down 280. That's where we're at on that one. So yeah, we're just everywhere. Only Smart Rent and Rocket Lab are in the green now. They're the only two in the green today. I don't have anybody else higher. Let's see here. Alrighty. I can't find an official announcement anywhere. Maybe somebody has this somewhere. An official press release about the delay of the rocket from Virgin Orbit. Did they make a press release today? I don't see anything under Spire. Kind of curious if there's anything anywhere else official about it. Let's go. Yeah, I can't find an official announcement that it's not happening. Does anyone have anything about it's not going on? It's not happening? Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, got nothing for anybody else on this. So I don't know what the Virgin Orbit thing is. Is it still on today? Just the Virgin Orbit live stream launch scheduled for tomorrow, says Joanne. That's what he's showing. Interesting. KY is saying, or the Twitter says they changed it to tomorrow. Okay. All right. There we go. JJ, I prefer divining stocks via feng shui. Okay. There you go. Good luck with that. I think when I hear the word feng shui, I think of the movie Larry Crown. Just there's only one little scene in the whole movie that had anything to do with feng shui, but I thought it was okay. I like that movie. Uh, John is not impressed with the whole thing. It's not going to amount to a squat for Spire. When the launch happens, I feel like yesterday's run faltering was a death sentence. No one cares about Spire in a sector that has many other options. How about Zhang Kui? Oh boy, you're scheduled 113 at 2:30 p.m. So that's tomorrow. Thank you, Ritesh. Thank you, Ritesh, for that. Appreciate it, buddy. Nice of you to be here, my friend. Good to see you, and thank you for the update for sure. There we go. Ooh, doggy. Oh boy, thank you for the 307 thumbs ups, guys. Appreciate that. Keep them coming if you can. Thank you. Is GameStop going to go under 100? I mean, really? I don't know. Thomas Crown was no. What was that name of the movie? Larry Crown. I like the movie Larry Crown with Tom Hanks. That had Julia Roberts in it. And let's see. Cheddar Stacks is saying, by the way, SoFi and Matterport daily charts, they had those descending red candles at the same time. This means downward selling pressure. That's what that means, I guess. Okay. BW is saying, oh, this should be fun. Not. The news announcement, Griffin sets Citadel Securities on IPO path with tech bankers or tech backers. What a load of crap. They're gonna money grab like Robinhood Coin did. Mark my words. And the Massachusetts Water Resource Authority water sewage testing is suggesting Boston and its suburbs peaked with Omicron a few days ago. That's bunk, says Joe, and doesn't lie. Let's see. Bruce, don't act like you don't know what a red candlestick is. Laugh out loud. Oh, okay. Okay. We're up 42 cents on Rocket Lab. We're down 4 cents on SoFi. We're down 3.19 on GameStop. We're down 88 cents on Matterport. We're down 16 on ME, down 14 on Spire. We're off 3.5 cents on ATIP. Smart Rent up 28 cents. Sixtera up a penny. And that's where we're at here. IBM down a buck. The Dow is up 27 points. S&P is up 8 and NASDAQ up 14. That's what we got going. Yeah. Ooh-wee. Oh boy. Oh, I'm struggling today. Goldman down 835 to 394.70. I hope those of you who've written Goldman contracts are doing well and enjoying a gain there. Bruce don't need no stinking candlesticks. Candlesticks? I don't need no stinking candlesticks. Descending candlestick equals a 45-degree downward line. Same thing. Got plenty of candlesticks. Don't need no stinking candlesticks. Candlesticks. Oh my. Oh my. Down 12 on the Dow. We went negative again. Here we go. Another shot lower. Here it is. Down 13 now. We're down 13 on NASDAQ now. It's negative. S&P is up only 2 points. Yeah. We're up 1 point on S&P. We're down 32 on the Dow. 32 on the Dow now. Down 20 on the NASDAQ. And the S&P is now negative. All three markets have gone red at the same time now. They're all red at this moment in time. Okay, that's the dealio, kids. Yeah, we're red at the same time. Down 52 on the Dow now. Down 52. We're at 127 on GameStop, down 330. Matterport down 97, ME down 20, Spire down 16, SoFi down 12. We're going red here. Code red. We're going down. That's what's going on. I see it. I sees it happenings. IBM down $1.17, Dow down 53, 47, 53. Goldman down 921, then 393.84. Cisco down 27 cents. Amazon down 14, Facebook down 4, Google still up $26 but falling. Target down $1.57. JP Morgan up only 9 cents. It's going red. Walmart down 75, Nvidia down 99, Disney is off, eBay is off, Twitter's off. American Airlines down 31 cents. Moderna up $1.37, still holding a slight, tiny gain, but not much. We're going negative on the markets now. Down 38 on the Dow. You want bagels? I give you bagels. You want badges? I give you badges. 300 contracts that expire on Friday on GameStop at $1.40 at a 140 strike price were just purchased at the ask price at 11:03 a.m. Another pop tonight question from Jake. Jake, I don't know, my friend. Someone just bought some stump contracts. What can I say? 127.14 on GameStop, down 316. The low of the day, 126.46 on the GameStop. So it's running into resistance and it's running into stock at the moment. Circle Bruce, I get so confused. Where is this comment? Here it is. On the 90-10 on Poorman covered call, I'm having a hard time understanding. Can you give an example of a long Goldman Sachs call? Well, let's take a look at Goldman Sachs. Let's do it this way. Let's go over here. We'll push this button on my big ass iPad and we'll let it reload. And then what we'll let it do is we'll pop up the options thingy. There's this thingy, got an options thingy. Well, let's take a look at maybe, I don't know, let's July contracts. Let's try July. So let's see if there's anything there. So Goldman Sachs is trading at $393.33. Okay, that's what I'm showing at this second. So let's call it 393, just kind of among friends. It's 393. Okay. Now, for July contracts, these are July 15 expiries. Okay, you want to buy an in-the-money contract. Let's take a look here at what we have. If you want to buy a $360 call option for July on Goldman Sachs, the 360, it is right now $33 in the money because the stock's at 393 and this is a 360 call. So it's $33 book value. Okay, but the 360 is going for $49 to $51. So let's say you bought it for $50, just for the sake of sake. You bought this for $50. It's only worth $33. That means $17 is premium, time premium. You can't buy this in the money call. It's too high on the premium side. So no good. If you pick up a $350 call option for July, it'll run you around, you might get it for $57, but it's only worth $43. The stock's $393, so it's $43 in the money, but the contract is $57. It's too much premium, see? The 340 contract, which is now $53 in the money, is trading at 65-ish. So it's in the money. It's in the money, 53, but it's carrying about a $10 premium. Still too much. See what I'm saying? I'm just using this one only expiry date. A $330 call option on Goldman. $330 call option is 63 in the money. 63 in the money for a 330, but it'll run you 73 to buy. It's too much in the money. It's still over 90. More than 10% of the value of the contract is time premium. So Julys are out. You see what I'm saying? I hope you see what I'm saying. Let me kind of come in a little closer. Let me see about maybe May's. Okay, 392. Okay, so the 360s for May are worth $32 and they're trading at 46, too expensive. The 350s are worth $42 and they're trading at $53. They're $9 in the money, too expensive. The 340s are $52 in the money, 53 in the money for the 40s, and the stock's at 61. That's $8 premium. Getting closer. It's a $61 contract. It should only have $6 or less of time premium on it. That's what I'm getting at. It has 8. A 330 is worth at 393, $63. 330, 63, trading at 70. So that's $7 of time value on a $70 contract. There's the split right there. 90% of the $70, 63 is book value. 10% of the contract value, $7, is time value. This contract fits. So instead of buying 360s or 380s, you'd have to buy a 330 contract. Yeah, it's more expensive. It is a $70 contract, approximately $70. So it's $7,000 contract. But now you can write short-term calls against that contract, knowing that if the shares go up $10 a share, for example, I'm going to say $9.50 of the $10 move will go to your contract, this long contract. So if the stock does drift higher, you keep writing short-term calls and you stay ahead of the market and all that. These underlying contracts will gain $9.50 out of the $10 price move for you, and that's $950 on a $1,000 move. Most of it comes to you, and the premiums stay with you, so that's good. The time premium, it can only be long. You can only lose $7 of time premium on this contract over its lifetime. And if you're going to hold this contract for, say, a month and a half, 2 months, and then get out of it and go now into a contract that might be, instead of this May, it'll be a July. By then you'll go into a July. Again, 90-10 rule is what you're looking for. Away you go. Does that make sense? Are you understanding this? I hope this is working. Cindy, I hope you're getting it. Thank you for being here. Carol OV, $4 super sticker. Thank you, Carol. Appreciate those. Always. We always love a little super sticker. There you go. Thank you. Let's see. I'm going to eat my feelings for lunch today, says John. The red thingy is moving toward the green thingy, and I think we're the green thingy, says Papa Gamer. We are right now on this market off 35 points on the Dow, which I think is the low of the day. We're down a third of a point. We're down 0.7 of a point on S&P. And NASDAQ is down 19 points as well. A Goldman 392 down to 1058. So Goldman's dropping while I'm talking about this example here. Rocket Lab still up 37 cents. SoFi down 16. Gold, GameStop down 351 to 126.79. The low of the day on GameStop, 126.46. So we are approaching the low of the day right now on GameStop, and we're definitely on the low of the day on Goldman, definitely. We've got GameStop volume now of 736,000, still light. So Beach Boy, I'm looking for lower than this. I'm kind of looking for a lower price for you to buy your stock than what you sold it for. Kind of what I'm thinking about here, so just bear with me here. Matterport down 96 cents, ME down 21, Spire down 16, ATIP down 6, SmartRent up 27, Cyxtera up 2. The Dow's down 71 points, 31,180. That is not right at the low of the day, right around the low of the day right now on the Dow. Microsoft up 323 after being much higher. Microsoft at one point today got up to 323. It's now 318. It's given up $5. If Microsoft wants to back off, today's the day to start shopping for a deep in the money call option on Microsoft. If Apple wants to back off, and I don't know if it will, it's only up 33 cents. It's just not giving up ground very easily here. It's really grinding now. You may want to look at Apple. Goldman, 392. You want to look at 330s. 335, something in that range. Again, 90-10 rule, if you can do it, is the way to go. On Goldman, all right. Cisco, $62, down 31 cents. Same thing, 90-10 rule on the Cisco, buying in the money calls, if you could do it. Amazon down 14, Facebook down $4, Google up $29, but dropping. Okay. Here we go. Cindy, Joe is saying, look for deep in the money calls 6 to 8 months out with a delta around 90. Same idea. And where else? Uncle, I have been a believer and never selling in the red and averaging down. But as you know, my portfolio, I'm currently in the red about 200 grand. Should I cut losses and start fresh? Never selling in the red and averaging down. No, you just stay right where you are. Just stay right where you are, my friend. Let's see. Cheddar Stack's talking about the metaverse, whatever. The metaverse, whatever. And has anyone ever tried to write poor man covered calls? If so, what brokerage platform do you guys use? I use Webull and just found out you cannot write covered calls on in the money contracts. Heads up there. I get it now. Cindy said, thank you. I get it now. Now I get it. Now I see what you're saying. Okay. There you go. Okay. In other words, a 90 delta, that's another way to do it. If you have that ability to find those. Thumbs ups right now, 375 right here. Thank you, Brad, for number 375. Sorry, I know with Schwab they have levels to options trading. Let's see. Island Girl, I'm number 427 right now. We have 307 thumbs ups apparently. Let me just refresh my page. How many thumbs ups do we really have? 412. Thank you, everybody. 412 thumbs ups. I'm showing now 413. Thank you guys for popping in those thumbs ups. Hot and heavy. Love it. I don't know how far behind I am. I just refreshed. I could be way behind here. GameStop 127.05 down 326. Matterport down $1. Emmy down 22. SoFi down 11. Rocket Lab up 41. Spire down 16. ATIP down 4.5. SmartRent up 25. Cyxtera down 2 cents. IBM down 116. Dow's down 52. Down 0.31 on S&P. We're down 8 points on NASDAQ. Okay. Goldman down 1029 to 392.76. Hang in there, everybody, says Ori. Nicholas, see you later, Uncle B and crew. You hang in there, too. Let's go. What else is happening here? JP Morgan off 12 cents. Walmart down 77. Costco still up 350. American Airlines down 35 cents. Okay. And Moderna is still up 447 to 225.86. Going the other direction. Okay. There we are. Okay, right on. Okay. Dan Hammer, is this bleeding due to the anticipation of the Fed talking in today? If we could shut them up, that would be great. No, this is just the markets, rotating and reflecting, and we got the inflation number out today. I think any negative reaction to that is an overreaction. But hey, there's trillions of dollars out there. There are trillions of dollars and billions of investors, and everybody has made up their own minds. And sometimes more people think one way than the other, and the markets react that way. And that's it. I have no other way to explain it. It's a very democratic thing, The markets, your vote is buy or sell. That's it. That's your vote. You're either buying a stock, buying a contract, selling a stock, selling a contract. That's really what it is. And everybody has their reasons and their strategies for doing what they want to do and how they want to do it. And the markets react to the participants, and that's the bottom line. Okay. We're down 43 points on the Dow. We're up 1 point on S&P. And we're up 1 point on NASDAQ. That's where the market is at this second right now. Okay. Let's see. Please don't talk about actual work today, says Gayotti. I don't want to hear about actual work. We're down only 2 cents on SoFi. 13.92. Looks like we're coming on again. A little better. Matterport still down, but down 96 cents, not $1 something. Okay. And thank you all for being here. 425 thumbs ups now I'm showing. Thank you very much for that, everybody. Awful kind of you to help out with that. And let me just check anything else here. There we go. The amount of junk mail I get these days is frightening. It's incredible. It just keeps coming in and coming in from everywhere. It is scary stuff. But that's the world in which we live, I suppose. Okay. Don't talk about work. No, don't do it. Okay. We're only down 1 penny on SoFi. We might turn the corner at 127 even on GameStop, down 330 at the moment. We're down 51 on the Dow, half a point on S&P, down 7.5 on NASDAQ. Negative across the board there. Not terribly negative, but just, in the red. Woo-wee. Oh, pardon me, folks. I'm hanging in there by a thread here, hanging on. A long one so far today. Sure like to see this market make a nice turn later today, but we've had a day and a half of movement on the upside. Now we're a little lower, figuring out where we're headed next. We just want to see what it wants to do. I was told to just unsubscribe to all junk mail. I tried it. Didn't help. There, that's right. It does. There's no way that's going to work. No. Exactly. Yeah. Spire volume here, 365,000 shares. Not a lot there. ATIP at 296 a share. Volume 230,000. Not much there either. Rklb holding that 43-cent gain at 11.29, 1.75 million with Morgan Stanley initiating coverage with an outperform and a $17 target price, 57% upside call for Rklb by Morgan Stanley. That's helping. SoFi unchanged, 13.94 unchanged. Okay. Has this been discussed? Keefe, Brayette, and Woods adjust SoFi Technologies' target price from 18 to 21, maintain market perform rating. I hadn't seen it, but I'm glad to hear that. But I hadn't seen it as of this morning. I checked the upgrades downgrades thing all the time this morning, and in the morning there was nothing there up until showtime, really. And I'm just looking right now at new recommendations, and I still don't see it here. I do not see it. This one I don't find anywhere. I'm surprised I can't find this, because this would usually be a an upgrade you'd catch, you'd easily spot. Just double checking here on my news announcements here, and I've got nothing. Got nada on SoFi on that one. So it's up 4 cents though to 13.98. We'll take that. Thank you. We'll take the gain. Very good. SoFi is recovering. I'm going to create a paper-handed weenie baby. Any takers on that one there? SoFi 60 million shares sold short. Auntie, you read it wrong, Bruce. It's not going up. It's going down. From 21 to 18, they've gone low. ICP, Auntie, thank you. Fair enough. Would you take 18 right now? I would. $4 higher, I'd take 18 right now, and then we'll go to 20. Okay, thank you. We're at 14 right now, just for the moment. GameStop 127.32 down 299. Adjustment released at 9:22 apparently. Rock and roll. Okay. Yeah, my system didn't pick it up, so I don't know it. All righty. We'll take it. We'll follow these announcements. We're up 6.8 on the Dow, 6.9 gain on S&P, and a 15-point gain on Nasdaq. So now all three are positive. They're wavering back and forth, back and forth. That's what we have. Okay. This came from a Schwab newsfeed, apparently. It says anti-PC. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know. Remember to join me today at 3 o'clock this afternoon for the afternoon show. And tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time, prime time with Uncle Bruce. I will be on tonight for Gold Bagel members. You guys right up here, these guys, Gold Bagel members are joining me tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time, prime time with Uncle Bruce. It's an open Q&A. We'll talk about what you're doing with your contracts, what's going on with the shares. And we always have a good time there. I look forward to seeing you on that. So at 3 this afternoon and 8 o'clock tonight, I'll be back on this channel talking to you guys about the markets. We'll close the market with the last hour of trading today at 3 o'clock. And then we'll talk at 8 o'clock tonight about what happened today, what's going to happen tomorrow and Thursday. See what's going on. All righty. Cindy, I'll be there 8 o'clock. Cindy, I look forward to seeing you. Thank you. Those of you who are upgrading to become Gold Bagel members, thank you very much. If you're presently a regular member, a member of the channel as a Chilling with Uncle Bruce member, you can upgrade your membership and you'll be charged a prorated amount based on how many days are left to go in your current monthly billing cycle. So if you're down to 1 week to go before you roll over anyway, you'll only be charged for 1 week of the Gold Bagel membership. And then then the week after, it'll be a regular charge. Just so you know, some people have been asking about all of that. SoFi earnings 211 before the Larry. Okay, Joe, I'm number 431 on thumbs ups, Bruce. Thank you, Joe. Thank you all of you for the over 400 thumbs ups today. It sure has helped. 433 are here now. Thank you for the 433 thumbs ups today. Adding some momentum to my channel. I appreciate it. Okay. SoFi 1398 up 4. Okay. Thanks, everybody, says John Anderson. Thank you, John, for being here too. 14.5 point gain on the Dow, 7 on S&P, 16 on Nasdaq. That's what we have on these markets right now. Rocket Lab up 52 cents, coming on again. And SoFi has made an improvement here to come back to $13.98 to $14. Matterport still down, but not as far as it was. It's at 15.50. The low was 15.36. ME got down to 5.85. It's at 5.88, unfortunately. Spire got down to 2.76. It's 2.79 right now. ATIP was down to 2.95. It's 2.97 now. A Smart Rent 8.40 up 27 cents. Xterra 11.27 up a penny. And that's what we have going on right at the moment for the day. 19.5 point gain on the Dow, 8 on S&P, 20 on Nasdaq. What a morning. Yeah, what a morning. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. We're just sawtoothing it here. Back and forth, back and forth. Watching GameStop out of the corner of my eye. 127.95 down 235 on the GameStop. All right, there it is, kids. I'm going to shut her down here until 3 o'clock this afternoon. Thank you all for being with me this morning, tolerating this crazy market so far today. Once we get a sense of direction, we'll know what to do. And hopefully by 3 and after 3, we will have it. And we'll see where things are happening. And we'll see what we can do. In the meantime, take it easy. Take a nap, enjoy, to get rest, and we'll catch you in the afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Kent. Thank you, Will Crothers, for that. I appreciate all of you being here, and thank you for your support. I will see you in a few hours at 3 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, bye for now. Bye, guys. See ya.